Al Diaz is in. Oh, here we are. Hi guys, how you doing? Let me climb into my headphones here and get rid of my echo.
Woohoo!
I got to get rid of mine too.
Yeah,
There
my
we go.
hair was all mussed up because whoa.
Ah, it's Mr. Halloween.
Internal memory.
Hi, Art. Here we go.
Well, I'm gonna have to have a talk with Mel about
You know, you got a little button on there. You can just remove Art from the stream anytime you want.
this. It's 2 seconds from being gone.
Don't listen to the man with the headphones. He knows nothing about Halloween.
Oh, Jim, make it go away. Make it stop, will you?
That's enough, Art. You're killing me. Oh man.
Oh, there you go. He's got a green sheet with a hole in it or something.
What did you
It's
do,
a
Art?
piece of construction paper that I had lying around. I thought, hey, I'll save a few bucks, cut a hole, and make a green screen, put my face through. And I've got a video you might like that's on YouTube. Oh, by the way, I'm monetized now.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you sent that to
Oh
Sean
yeah,
Oz.
Jeff Sills and Sean Oz. Yep.
So you got your 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. Good for
Thank you very much.
you. Good for you.
Yeah,
You'll start raking in those big YouTube bucks now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
You
sir.
too can make millions.
Millions.
On YouTube.
Millions of nano dollars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett Nunley's in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Al Diaz is in here. Jody.
Hey Al, Brent, Jody.
Come on, get in there.
How's the weather in Florida, Mitch?
Not bad. Not bad.
Sweating my butt
Pretty
off.
nice morning. It got a little cloudy. Did you watch Sean Oz's little stream where he was down in Clearwater Beach today, live stream?
No, I was probably at work when that came on.
Yeah, he actually did it from the beach
Cool.
over in Clearwater Beach. He
Yeah,
came
I
to Disney
saw
and then they
some.
went over to the West Coast. Yeah,
I saw he was at Disney.
he was, but
Yeah.
then they went over to Clearwater Beach, I guess.
Did
for
you
a day.
see? Did you see what he did to his camera?
Yeah. Yeah.
Scratched the whole lens up.
Oh, he was talking. He was talking about that on
Yeah.
his 360-degree camera.
That and the Hero 8, they have no way to protect the damn thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Say hi to
How about
Carlos
don't
back from the
drop it?
sky. Hi,
I told
Carlos. Bob
Sean I
Drone
gave him
Days is
bad
in here.
juju.
What are you saying about the Jews? Careful.
He didn't say anything about the kikes, the mix, or the. I can't say the other one. Al gets offended.
Pull-ups
Yeah, the Polacks. Let me see. What do I do?
and the honkies. The honkies, yeah.
Crackers. We're Florida crackers. That's from cracking.
That's
From cracking
cracking
the
a
whip.
whip. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Pop out the
Either
chat.
that or we eat a lot of Ritz crackers. One or the other.
Good cracker.
Brent Nunley wants to know what's on the agenda tonight, Jim.
Well, first off, Brent, I just got back from. Is that me making so much damn noise?
Is that my fan? Maybe you're hearing?
Oh, I think I hear my fan.
Ah,
Well, I got a fan on, but it gets so hot in here if I don't have it on.
I know. I got two running in the background.
Yeah.
I just got back from shooting DJI D Log videos because I wanted to. The ones I've been, it won't share. Now, oh man, now I've got the timer of death, the yellow timer and the white screen.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So anyway, as I was just telling Mitch before we popped live, all of my videos are dated October 1st. And then
From today.
from today, I just got
Yeah.
back. Just got
Yeah.
back.
Huh.
And they're 8-bit instead of 10-bit. And I shot them in D Log, H.265.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know how else to do it. And the last time I shot them like this, they were fine. Mitch, I still got the yellow thing of death here
On what, a second monitor or on your main computer?
on the
'Cause
second monitor.
Because it's working. Try turning it off and turning it back on again.
Oh, I can't. Then I'll lose you because Chrome is playing on the TV
Oh,
on the second monitor.
uh-oh.
Control Alt Delete, maybe.
Well, no, that'll reboot your computer.
Yeah.
Or bring up the...
Hey, Carlos. And Drone
Well,
Days.
you know what you can do, Jim? Since you're on StreamYard, StreamYards will keep the stream alive. You can actually reboot your whole computer, go back into StreamYards, tell it, go back into the broadcast, and you'll pop back in. In the meantime, Art and I will be here.
Yeah, there
What
we
it's saying is Google Chrome, it says StreamYard - Google Chrome not responding. And the whole screen's got a white film over it.
Well, your stream will stay live, and evidently,
Yeah.
I would try. Is it just the browser window that's yellow, or is the whole screen, the whole monitor yellow? So you can't see the StreamYard screen at all, huh? Jim, can you hear me?
I think he's frozen.
I think he's frozen. Jim is frozen. Okay, well, Art, you and I'll.
All right. So
There we
hey,
go.
It was much warmer today. We got up to about close to 40.
Wow.
But it was cold last night. We were down to single digits when I got out to my car at 5:20 in the morning. Oh,
Well,
there's
somebody
Ron.
somebody managed to bring in Ron. Hi, Ron.
Ah,
You guys, how are you?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Just
Uh,
telling
you-
everybody I got monetized.
Oh, you did. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that's right. You got your 4,000 hours this week.
Yep. Hmm.
Well, they did it awful fast. That's good. I mean,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
surprised about that. I heard several
There he
people. It took them a few days, a few weeks, a few months, and
No, it took me a
as soon
day,
as
I
I
think,
saw
the
that
next
I
day.
had 4,000 hours, I just went over and clicked all the buttons, and then the next day it says, "Congratulations, you are now monetized."
Carlos says he's not going to give you a dime, maybe a nickel. He says.
Oh, well, you can't do super chats, can you?
Yep. I
Yeah,
can
when you're
do super
monetized, you
chat.
can
Oh,
do
you
super
can?
chats. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So, Ron,
And
all-
super stickers.
yeah, that all thrills the living crap out of me. Sorry.
I'm with you.
Ron, I was telling Ron I got this app. It's called Photography, and it tells you the hell's the name of it?
I don't know.
Photo time. And what it does is it tells you the right golden hour and then sunset. So 4 o'clock this afternoon, Mitch, the sun was too bright for me to go get that log footage I wanted to reshoot because I don't want to have to bring down the damn sky again. So I went for the golden hour, and I was telling Ron it said 6:10 to 6:30. Well, Jesus, I got there, and the sun was dropping like a rock. I mean, I had to fly fast.
It gets dark,
Yep.
much quicker this time of year, and it's going to get worse.
Hmm.
All right, let me
The
try.
closer we get to December 21st, which is the shortest day of the year.
Yep. That's right.
I'm going to try and share this screen again. There.
There.
Look at the dates. Now, I modified that one, number 28 there, because I modified the information inside it. But everything else came out as October 1st. And if I take one, and I just want to right-click on it and hit Media Info. Now, I shot these in D Log H265, which should have been 10-bit video. Make
It's
that
hard,
so even
it's hard
you
to
can
read that tiny little writing.
You can read that, can't you?
Ugh.
There's no way to make this actually bigger.
Are you in it? You're in a program, not a browser?
Yeah, this is called Media Info. It tells you all about
Yeah.
your video. So you see
I
it
don't know.
was shot.
You know, in a browser, you hit Control plus or Control minus, and it'll zoom in and out.
Anyway, the important thing is the bit depth. If you look down here towards the bottom of the video section, what'd you say, Control plus? Let's see.
No, it probably won't work on this program.
No, it's not working.
No.
Yeah.
Bit rate 100 megabits. Width, height, frame rate, color space,
Right, and then the bit depth.
YUV bit depth, 8 bits. Huh.
Wrong date and the wrong bit depth in BT709 when I was using, because you look at the main L5, that tells you were using the 265 codec right there. So I don't understand what the hell happened. And
Beats
I don't,
me.
did you see that, Matt?
No, I didn't, mate. I don't know what you're doing.
Everything
Oh,
I
hey,
just,
Al. Hi, Matt.
What's going on?
everything
How
I
you
just
doing,
ran
guys?
out
How
and
you doing?
shot.
Art, Jim.
It all, I had it set to
Hey guys.
MOV H265 D Log because I just came back about 20 minutes ago. And it shot it all in 8-bit depth. And it has the wrong date on it.
What?
Look at the date of these files.
All right.
October 1st.
Yeah,
Okay.
10-1.
Do you have to
And the
select
time is wrong, too. The time is way off on them.
Yeah, yeah.
What'd you do this on? Your Mavic 2?
No, the X5S camera on the Matrice 210.
Is there an update for it?
Nope, I checked.
Wow, that's weird.
In fact, before we came on, I was on with Mitch checking. I had the drone connected to the controller. And the controller, the Crystal Sky, has the right date and time on it.
Hey, at least
But that's
you were
not-
able to film your stuff. I would just came back from trying to fly my Phantom 4 and forgot all the SD cards.
Oh, I hate that.
Fuck.
I hate
You
that.
don't.
So
I always leave one in the drone.
You know what? It's when you have a few drones, you don't think about it. That one I haven't flown in months. So it's like, I'm going to go out there and, burn up some batteries. Charged all the batteries, and sure enough.
Look at how dark this was.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What ND lens you had? ND filter lens on?
None.
No, that's the
None.
camera setting. Did
Straight-
you put a filter on it?
Straight D-Log. It was the
Oh,
time
okay,
of day. Yeah. I didn't want to fight the sun at 4 o'clock this afternoon, so there's 2 piers. That's one of them. And I wanted to get the 2 piers to kind of finish off these other shots I'm working on. But
Sounds
this all
like you
came
had
out.
peer pressure.
Ba-doom-tsh. Nice.
Mitch. There you go, Mitch.
I meant to hit this button. Art
so
knows.
where was the sun there, mate?
And what aperture were you shooting with? You got the X5S with no ND filter.
25 millimeter, f1.8, 1/30. That's how down the sun was.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have shot it in f8. Should have opened up the eye a little bit more. The
You
lens
can't
a little
open
more.
it up any more than 1.8 aperture.
Oh, you said 1.8. I thought you said you were 8, f8.
No,
Oh,
hell
no.
no. Hell no.
Oh, okay. I thought you said f8.
Where'd you film that?
Castaway Park.
So are you facing east or west there?
I'm facing the west, yeah. The sun's
okay.
behind me, going down like a rock. In fact, I saw more moon than I did. At one point, these people start waving to me. They got so annoyed. I was only 55 feet off the ground, off the water.
I'm sure you can bring some light into that. You probably have some what's it called, cutoff on the specter when you put on the scopes, but you
This
should
is
be able to
the
light some light.
this is the last one before I leave. I'm bringing it back to me. You can see me standing there like a dummy.
I think we all know that feeling.
You see that tractor there? They're building a nice nursing home next to the park. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah. old
Get that
people
before
need to go to the
footage.
park.
Trees to the left of me, trees to the right. Here I am in the middle with you.
Yep.
A few power lines, nothing, no big deal with a 4-foot wide drone.
So when you were shooting this, Jim, what was your meter reading?
I had it D Log, f1.8, H265, 1/30 on the shutter. I couldn't get any more light.
Or
Were
what
you
I'm
at
asking,
zero? He's asking if your exposure was at zero.
what was your exposure?
0 or higher. Well, a little bit higher.
On the
Like 0.7, 0.3.
And were you in manual or were you in automatic?
manual, mate. And I turned off the square where you can actually see it colored. Remember that, Matt?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Tab where it's colored, and I'm saying, well, we're shooting D Log. But these are 8 friggin' bit. I don't understand, and they're the wrong date, so something's wrong.
And you, your ISO was 100, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it wasn't 11:30 p.m. It's not 11:30 p.m. yet.
Isn't there a way to set the clock on the drone?
But the
Doesn't
Crystal
the-
Sky has the right date and the right time. I
Yeah,
don't.
because that's Android. That's going to get the date and time probably from whatever last time it was hooked up to the internet somewhere.
Here you go, Ron. It says D Log right there. D Log Mode M. That's DJI's D Log M. And let's see, we're shooting at 101 kilobits, 30 frames per second. Will it tell us anything about the camera? No.
It does
No.
with stills. But not bloody video files for some reason.
And again, look at the date. Date created, date modified, October 1st.
There you go. You did that ages ago.
We were all telling Mel. Remember when Mel had this problem? He said, I wasn't shooting on my birthday. But the Crystal Sky says it's today's date and time. I showed Mitch.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is.
So how the hell do you get H265 video in D Log at 8-bit? How do you do that? I went through all the settings. There's nothing else there to change the format.
Look on everybody's face.
I know, we're all trying to figure
They're
out.
like,
I can't work that out.
Right.
You know, because the
did you
Mavic.
put that? Did you run that through media info?
Yeah. Yeah, you want to see it? Yeah. Let me show you media info. Okay. I will share the screen. We'll just pick one of these files. Here, let's take this one. Open with media info. We can go down real quick.
So I'm looking through some of the forums here, and Jim, you'd be happy to know you're not the first guy to have this problem.
Oh, there you go. It's a bug.
Is it a bug?
Oh, no, I didn't say it's a bug, but I'm looking at DJI's responses, and they're basically telling the guy to go set the date on his phone. Well, your display's got the right date on it.
My Crystal Sky has the right
Yeah.
date and time on it.
And then he comes back and tells the guy to uninstall and reinstall the Go4 app.
There you
A
go.
typical DJI support, you know.
Let me tell you something. They don't know anything.
No,
They
throw it
don't-
away, and go to Best Buy and buy a new one, and your problem will be fixed.
When they hit this scandal, they fired most of the people that are knowledgeable. Like their Grant Hostica was one of their engineers. The people there left don't have answers for you. I now know more than they do.
Jim, I'm going to tell you what Jim Boyd would tell you.
Yes, go ahead.
Run it through air data. See what the images and that comes up, the date and the flight. I'm
Okay.
curious.
Okay. We can do that.
Okay.
Let's get rid of this.
Mhm.
Shut that off. Shut this off and open air data.
Not to interrupt, anybody interested in buying a Phantom 4 V1 in good condition? These charge batteries here, less than 5 charges each. And they're
Wow.
the heavy duty ones.
Man,
Wow.
they'll go so
I'm
quick.
selling it $800 and I'll ship it to you.
That
Has
is so
Adrian got a
cool.
Phantom?
What was that?
I'll
Phantom
give
4
you
V1.
100.
Has Adrian got a Phantom? He hasn't got a Phantom,
He
has
doesn't
he?
have a Phantom. Oh, maybe I can coerce him to buy it.
Yeah, dude. Just tell him to get the batteries and get the drone later.
How many batteries you got for it?
I have 3. One has 6 charges and the other one 5. It would have probably been an extra one on each of them today, but I forgot the SD card and was pissed and just left.
All right, so there's air data with the correct date.
6:40 p.m.
See, there's where I was. And it's got the correct date.
So there's some bug in the camera, bug in the firmware.
Now, the processor is in the drone, not in the camera.
Yes, you are right. Yeah.
So I don't know what to say.
I'm thinking of the X5.
Al, does this tell us anything more on the info of the? No, it's not going to tell us anything about the camera. Nothing about the camera.
Yep.
Home point recording
Is the metadata correct?
on here. No,
Well,
the
I'm not talking
metadata.
about-
No, the metadata is not correct. On the drone, it is not correct. What we just went through was the metadata for the files.
For the files, yeah, but not. I'm talking about the metadata of like latitude, longitude.
Yeah, that's correct. That was
Okay.
you just saw the park I was at.
okay.
But
I was just looking at the Stingray there. It goes by the camera or the drone, not the crystal sky. He just asked the question. I would have thought that the information from your crystal sky would go to the drone, because I don't think the drone's got a battery in the memory, has it?
Well,
No,
Jim said
no.
a good point. It can't go through the camera because it goes through the drone,
Right.
right? Because it's the X5S, it's not the X5.
But here's the thing. I turned the drone on before I left the house to make sure there were no updates. I hate getting somewhere, not having internet, and it telling you it needs a firmware update in order to fly.
Yeah, there's nothing worse. Yeah.
So the Crystal Sky has the right date and time on it. The video does not. And it's 8-bit. How do you get 8-bit out of D Log? D Log H265, it's automatically 10-bit.
Oh, that's weird.
There's a lot of people on the internet having the same problem with the smart controller now, Jim, it seems.
Well,
Lot
that
of
happened to
posts.
Mel. Was it last week Mel was telling
Yeah.
us?
Mm-hmm.
He was telling them.
And DJI Susan over here.
Brain, yeah.
DJI Susan, who has a hot looking picture. She doesn't look Chinese. Has been trying to help all these people with the wrong date and time. I mean, this just goes on and on and on and on and on and on, and all she keeps asking for.
Send footage. video
Yeah,
tapes or
send
something.
footage, send videos. Hope we can
That's-
figure this out soon.
That's what they
Thanks
always
so
say.
much
It's
for
like a
detailed
bot.
instruction. Our
Sending-
engineers, oh, here you go.
Let's put that shit on the forum.
Our engineers have been aware of the issue and will fix it soon.
How did it get to all drones? Is anybody having a problem with their Mavic 2 Pros?
I told you
Mine
with my smart controller,
Yeah.
I've been having issues. Yeah, getting the information up on air data.
Mel's been
Unless
having issues.
even linked up to my hotspot and actually linked up, it's still not recording the data.
But here's the funny thing, Al. Air data is correct today. And air data gets its information from the flight controller card, from the remote controller.
It's a bug, Jim. I mean, it's a bug. A lot of people are having the same problem. They reset the date on the smart controller. Here's a guy who posted all these pictures about resetting all of his stuff. Here, look at this picture after
That
picture
has
of how he
nothing-
reset it. But the problem is that the drone evidently is supposed to get the date.
That has nothing to do with me and the H265 10-bit.
You know what? I was just going to say I don't really give a damn. Oh, who else? I don't give a damn about the date. It's the 265 8-bit, which is a problem.
Right.
You know, it could have 1760 on the date, whatever, as long as the picture came out right.
I don't give it. Yeah.
It hasn't done that. It hasn't done that.
I don't
that's
give
a
a
bit of-
damn about the time.
I'd be looking more in the forums about the that camera in 265 shooting 8-bit. Obviously,
So do you want to shoot 8-bit or 10-bit?
10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, 10-bit. Right?
shot-
yeah, that's right. That's right. I'd be looking in the forum as if anyone's having a problem with that camera in 265 shooting 8-bit, where it should be 10.
So maybe it's a 10-bit if you have an SSD card hookup. No,
We
I don't know
don't
anything.
shoot. We don't shoot in D Log to get 8-bit. What the hell good is that?
Some drones do that. I can tell you my Evo 2 does that
Thank
if you
you,
wanted
Michael.
to.
That's in 6K though, isn't it? It's 10-bit in
It is.
4.
It's like nobody knows, not even Autel.
Okay, so let's turn around. We see the file. That's all great.
Hang on, you're getting 10-bit out of your 4K footage on that Pro.
I
aren't
am.
you? Right.
You're talking to me? Yeah.
Yes,
The
mate,
Evo
yeah.
2, yeah.
Okay, that's better.
Jim, try to reflash the firmware.
Yeah.
Put it in your assistant 2, whatever it is. Try to reflash it.
I'm not going. They changed the flight controller board on that thing. I'm not reflashing a damn thing. There's no update. I mean, it went at the 100 megabit. It went at 4K. It's at 16:9. It shows you it's in HEVC 265.
Yeah. And it says the bit depth is 8. But you know what, Jim? When I'm filming 6K
Yeah.
and I run it through the media info, it's telling me the same shit. Format HEVC, high efficiency video coding, main at L5. It's telling me, I think it's L6 for the Evo 2. But when it's all said and done, it's still 8-bit. on
This
6K.
This should not be BT 709 either. I'm going to pull up some actual D-Log files.
Hey, yours is the X5S, is it?
Yes, sir.
Is that capable of 12-bit raw? Is it?
Yes, sir.
SSD hookup.
Holy moly!
Now these are actual 10 bits that we've been using already, Matt.
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's see if it says anything different. No, it says 8-bit on there too.
Hey, Rick Halber.
Hello, Rick.
What software is that you're using there, Jim?
That's media info.
Oh, okay.
And this is the drone that you.
try.
I'm sorry, Mitch.
I was going to say that's okay. I was going to say, why don't you try opening it up in your editor and see what it tells you about the same file.
Oh, there you go, mate. 10 bits right there.
Okay.
Main 10 at L5. L5 is level 5 in the protocol. That's all that is. And this is set just like the other one was set. HEVC 265 D Log. And yesterday or the other day, they were at 10 bits. Now they're at 8 bits. What the hell's going on?
Oh my god.
I was gonna say this is the drone you got back from the one place.
Yeah, but it shot this. It shot this 10-bit right here. And remember, it doesn't say 709 here. That's why I knew when I saw that 709 that something was wrong. You can't shoot BT 709 in D-Log H265 MOV file format. So
I'm just looking at this camera here. The specs. Shoots having problems. No. Can't find anything on that shooting 8-bit.
I'm not seeing. I used the tree view just as I did on the other one. Everything is the same. 420 color sampling, YUV instead of CYMK. Instead of saying main 10, it says main and L5. This is, and this one converted the QuickTime to MPEG 4. And let's see, did it do that on the new stuff? Media info. View the tree. No, I'm not seeing it. This is a major problem.
I would say.
What the hell? Okay, it converted it to MPEG 4. QuickTime. Still doing
709.
YUV. Still doing 420.
Hey, Robert.
An 8-bit. Open up a ticket.
And you see it's still a gigabit in file size. What the hell?
Whoa.
How
You're
did
gonna give
it
yourself
do
a
that?
heart attack over this, Joe.
Yeah, but how does the same camera from one week to the next do this?
Charge
This-
up a battery, then go outside and fly your drone.
Did I not
next
do
to the
that?
neighbor. We'll do it again and test it.
Mm-hmm.
I just got back. At 6:40 I went out tonight.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. Well, I heard it, but I was more concerned about what the hell I went through.
Oh, I just saw your picture, Al. That's fun. You poor bastard.
Good thing it was only 45 minutes away.
Yeah, well, that's long enough.
Oh, jeez.
That's
Hey,
long enough.
Jim, can I share a picture?
Wah, wah, wah.
It looks like a nice spot too, Al.
It was a great spot. Had a nice
Mm.
chimney from the old fernery days, like 1907, on
Yeah,
the top
dude.
of the hill.
Can you put that picture up, Al, after Art does?
Sure.
The one,
Try.
one I'm just talking about.
Or you could put it up, Matt. Can you put it up?
Sure
I
can.
don't know if I could share.
It's all good, mate. Got it up.
Right.
Okay, this is how I get rid of my condiments for Halloween for the trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, I'm sure
You
you're
never
real
give that
popular
stuff
with the
up.
kids.
You got to hold on to that stuff, Art.
Hey, kids love
Three,
teriyaki.
4 months down the line, it could still be good.
You still got the soy sauce from the Chinese
Yep,
place.
soy sauce. Yeah.
8 years later.
hmm Oh, you
There it
know what
is, and
else is good?
all ready
You
to
want to
go.
save a lot of money? Get a bag of M&Ms and give each kid one M&M. And boy, a bag will last you a long time.
I don't get enough kids. I give them handfuls of candy.
We got a lot of kids here, but I'm not answering the doorbell this year. And we didn't decorate, so.
They're wearing masks. It's Halloween.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
a
going,
nice
I'm going full Californian.
All
There
right.
you
Open
go.
the door.
So tell us about this picture.
Went out, charged all my batteries, and fired it up, and then no SD card. And of course, you can't load up. You can't switch it like you can on the Mavic 2 Pro.
Oh, you can't switch it to internal?
No, you can't. There's no internal shit like that on a Phantom. Or
Oh, yeah.
Using the
Even
smart
the
controller.
Mavic Air has
I was
internal.
using the
Also using
smart controller on the goddamn regular controller.
Uh,
Of course, you can't cache the screen.
that's right. You have the V1. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's almost a waste of time. Well, it's not a waste of time, but they're very tiny, those memories anyway, on the Mavics and all that. Even the Spark's got it too. And so it doesn't take long to fill up, and all of a sudden you're going home anyway.
Look
But
at Brett.
This was one of those times I told myself, you know what? If I had my FPV drone, my little Cinewhoop, and my goggles, even if I didn't have the card in the camera in my Insta or whatever, the Osmo, I still would have been able to record it on my goggles because it has I always have a card in there.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
didn't bring it because I was excited to fly. I haven't flown this thing in months, maybe a half a year, 6 months.
Wow. Shit, dude. Yeah, you want to get it up there too. Flying them is actually good for the IMU because they can seize up, and you have to get them replaced. I came across a drone like that last year. IMU crap. Yeah, it was sat around for 2 years, and get it up there, and the IMU wouldn't do anything, not calibrate, not anything. And
That's why I got scared and I charged the batteries because I haven't charged them. They were down to like 1, probably less than that. Probably
What?
they were down, but I was able to charge all of them.
wow, okay, that's all right.
You know what I got to doing, Al, which I just noticed I didn't do. I put the Crystal Sky can hold, as you know, 2 extra SD cards in it, which I'll never use that because I don't have to go from one to the other transferring video. But I was filling those slots just to have one in case I ever forgot one in the camera.
You know what? I load up the ones that I always use, and this one, since I don't use it, the micro SD cards that was with it were in other cases.
Right.
But you know what? I'm gonna be smart. I'm just gonna take one of those and throw them in a glove box.
Yep.
If I could probably
There you
forget about it, but some will spark a memory. I would hope.
And then you leave them in there all summer, and you get them out there warped.
Nothing works. Nothing.
They're bent.
Yeah, mongrel. Hey, what do you think about the OcuSync on the Mini 2?
I'm buying it. I'm gonna get it.
OcuSync,
What is
brother.
it? It's going to be
What? Dude, I'm gonna get one.
$100 more, $100 more than the Mini.
And it's still under.
$4.99 for the drone and $5.99 with the Fly More kit, something like that.
What,
I
did they
saw that
change it?
somewhere.
It was $349 and then $499 for the
Well, I saw
combo.
this somewhere. That's why I'm asking you. Is that what the price is supposed to be? Because I saw somebody
the price.
put that up on some YouTube video.
It was
I've seen the videos and looked at a couple.
It was
That's the guy-
$349 on their website and then $499 for the creators combo.
No, that's the Mavic. That's the Pocket you're talking about.
No,
Is that the guy that
no
bought
one's paying $499 for a pocket.
Well, their creator kit thing was like $600 and some dollars for that Pocket too, if I'm not mistaken.
If I stop pulling up the damn site now.
Let me tell you how influenced I am by YouTube. I seen that video, and when I was done with work, I made it a point to ride my bike to all the Best Buys within a 5-mile radius.
And none
Which
of them
was a
had it.
few of none of them have. They didn't even know what I was talking. They thought I was talking about the original one. The whole cases were empty. They just had
Where
their
was that
display
guy at?
cases.
Al? The one that had the video?
I didn't even know where he was at. I just seen Best Buy and was like, I gotta have that drone OcuSync. Eventually be hooked up with the Crystal Sky.
They're probably calling him and asking him to bring it back.
There's actually someone else who bought
Yeah.
one too. I
A
seen
couple
that
of people
video.
have said they
Yeah.
found them at Best Buys.
Best Buy put it out too early.
Was that the Mavic Air? Can't see it.
No, that was the Mavic or whatever
No.
they're calling it. The Air. No, not the
No,
Air
look-
2. The Mini 2.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at this picture. I can't read it. That
No, it'll say Mini 2 on it with no Mavic.
Yeah.
that's the Mavic Air, mate. Yeah.
No, that's the Air.
I couldn't find it on Best Buy's website.
It's
I
not,
don't
it's not
think
supposed to be up yet.
It's not.
no, because that bloke who bought it, I think that they got the stock, but they just chucked it. They chucked it in the display cabinet for some reason. This guy scooped it up. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They had nothing to do, and the manager said, "Go do something." So
Okay.
they stocked all those boxes.
Here it is. It's $499. That Pocket 2 Creator combo's $500.
Right.
Is that for the mini?
And
The mini two?
No,
No,
no, the
no,
Pocket.
no.
Oh, I was
The
gonna
Pocket
say.
2. The Pocket 2. I don't think you can find the Mini on their website yet.
No,
can you?
it's not on there.
Best Buy does such a terrible job of stocking their shelves. I don't know how many times I've gone onto their website, shows they have 10 of something, and they never have it on the shelves, and it takes them an hour to find it in the warehouse, and they're terrible at that.
And then if it's not in their computer yet, they can't sell it to you, even if they do find it.
Yeah, yep.
Well, you can't fly it either, right, Mitch? Because the app won't hook up to any app.
I don't know. Did the guy who bought one at Best Buy fly it?
No, he tried. He turned it on, and it wouldn't. He couldn't even register it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that makes sense.
DJI,
Yeah, that makes
because-
sense. Yeah,
It's not supposed to be out
Right.
yet.
yeah.
That's
But he
funny.
probably got 400 million views on his video, and he had like 35 subscribers. This guy,
Yeah,
he's the most famous YouTuber in the drone community right now.
he is too. I like the way he went out the doors, like he was stealing it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was a setup. I thought it was a setup because it looked so. The way he played it looked so staged.
It's so fake. But the thing is, when it was in the cabinet, it would have been a surprise. You would have had to do a double take at that box. Mavic Mini 2, and look at the other box. Yeah, it does say 2. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll grab that. That's unreal. I'd like to know what. It'd be really interesting to see what sort of camera controls they give you straight out of the box, because they really stuffed around with the first one.
I'm just shocked that it's still under 2.5 grams or whatever the weight is.
That's
It's
right. Well, the
incredible.
weight,
And they added OcuSync.
the average weight of it is 242 average weight.
So they made it lighter.
Yeah, but not over 249. So the average is 242. For God's sake, what have they done? I haven't read anything that's saying, they got all these. I don't know if they got sensors on them yet. I don't know.
The latest I heard, there was no sensors all around.
Yeah,
Not
well,
even downward. Now we're not downward sensors either, Mitch.
No, I more than likely they have downward, but as far as 360 degree or anything, I doubt that.
no, they won't have any of that on it. But I tell you
That's
now, this will probably be one of their best-selling drones, because you just got to look at the Spark and the way that's sold, and this one here being that size, being 4K.
At
Soon as
6,
people-
4K at 60.
No,
Is it at
4K
60?
62?
That's 4K
Yeah.
60 right here.
2.7 at 60.
4K footage or 2.7 at 60.
Okay, it doesn't specify the frame rate for 4K, does
No.
it?
No,
That's one of those. That's one of those that probably
Oh,
it's
I
not
get
60
you.
FPS. It's 2.7.
oh no, it said that one of the complaints of the Mini was that it can't shoot 4K.
It can't
That's
shoot.
right.
For, I have the
They're talking
Mini. I love the Mini, but the two things that suck, you can't fly in even moderate winds, and the 2.7, which is decent, it's still not good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the story you guys are talking about. This is a 12-hour-old story. A YouTuber walked into Best Buy, saw what
Yeah.
appeared to be the
Yeah.
unannounced. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
a
was trying
find.
to share that thing with you, Jim.
Where is it, buddy? Oh.
It's
All
like buying your lottery ticket and coming out with a winner. He won't come across that again.
And DJI is not being, they're consuming their products. They don't even care anymore.
They put
They're
out
just-
4 new products.
Well, they're
Yes,
just,
sir.
I mean, $600, that's what Night Train says for Fly More.
Look at that, 75,000 views this video's had.
Holy Christ.
This is a guy with 35 subscribers.
Ron,
Yeah.
you could share the audio. He has no music.
And all the guys who are
Yeah,
doing
but you
videos
have
on
it
this
up.
side making money.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's not projecting.
When you got to stop it And then when you start to share again, it's got a tiny little box on the bottom left that says share audio.
Wow.
Stop sharing.
So, and then go to share it again. And then look at that, and it'll say share audio. See it on the little left, bottom left of
Oh
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never seen that before.
Very easy to miss.
Hey, Ken Hoffbauer.
Now it's not wanting to share anything.
Oh.
Jim, are you going to get anybody on this panel thinking about purchasing that new thing?
I bet you Rick Halber will get it. Where's
There
Rick?
you go.
Do you know what I am? I am thinking about.
Oh.
Well, not seriously, but I want to see what they've got to offer. You know, I'm not going to make any decision on it. You know, I've got the drone that I don't even know if I'll fly it because I don't fly my Pro 1 anywhere near as much as I should.
I'm with you, Brent. I have no use for it either.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm
have no
trying to
use
get
for
at.
it.
Haven't you got toilet paper at your house?
It's not sharing the audio for some reason.
No, it's not.
And I haven't selected.
I saw that.
Oh, here it is.
I had no idea they were even making.
Yeah, and it says Mini too. That's the name of it. It's not going to be called the Mavic Mini. They took the Mavic out of the name.
Volume's really low on this.
There's somebody coming to help us.
Look at
Yeah,
this
but I
guy.
don't think any of us knew they were going to do that. I think we all assumed it would just be the Mavic Mini 2. Probably why everybody put this into question, because
I'm pretty sure
nobody was familiar with the name.
questions for me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but the amazing thing is that it could not have been in the computer at Best Buy yet. How the hell was he able to buy it?
Yeah,
He must have known somebody there or something.
yeah. And he got to walk out with it and then turn around and bring it back in.
Because, you know, it is surprising that he's actually filming on the way in. Why would he be doing that if he didn't know it was there?
Yeah, he had a cameraman out there filming him coming out like he's a criminal. So that's why I was a little suspect.
Or
Yeah.
a DJI publicist picked his channel for some reason.
yeah, I
Yeah.
had a friend in Best Buy that used to buy stuff.
The golden ticket.
He worked there, and then he'd buy something, then I'd pay him. He got the
Well,
discount.
you know that if
Real.
if it's going to be out sometime in the next 30 days, that all the really special people from that review drones for DJI already have this thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know they already have it. You know that there's a source if somebody wants to backdoor some pictures of an unboxing or what it really looks like.
Well, there's
They're
the
out
answer. There's the answer to Rick Halber. He'll have it.
I like the Mini. I think the rating for the wind speed for this new one's supposed to be better. I think it's
Really?
like 20 miles an hour, 25 or something like that.
It's rating
Where the old one
5.
was only 15.
The
5
wind-
miles
I've
an
never
hour?
seen one.
No.
I've never seen them. Sorry,
The
Matt.
wind-
Go ahead.
The wind rating on this is wind rating 5. Now, I don't know what these mean. I haven't looked into the chart there. But that's the wind rating of it.
Sean, did you steal a Mavic Mini 2 yet?
Hold on a second, man. I'm in a restaurant. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
He's at Best Buy. He's lying.
I'm that I did. I knew that I wasn't going to find any, but it was worth it to me because I did get to somebody that confirmed that the release date was November 4th. They could sell it to me on November 4th.
Oh, nice.
Did they have any in the store though?
They said they did, but they took them in the back.
Did you pre-order? Were you able to buy it buy it?
They said, currently the pre-order is not available, but to check the website soon you'll be able to. You don't have any headphones on you, do you?
So
Sorry, I just saw my email and I saw that and I was like, damn, I always miss. Oh, holy crap, we got some earbuds. You guys talk amongst yourself. Does anyone know if earbuds for Apple work on a Galaxy?
Oh, I don't know.
I wouldn't think they
Try
would.
If they're Bluetooth, they might work.
Yeah,
You
Bluetooth.
just have to You have to
Well,
bind
you
them to
guys-
the.
Give me
Crystal
some-
Sky works on a
I'll
on
figure it out.
Autel controller.
I'll join you right back. Let me try to figure this. I don't want to do this and waste your show time. So let me figure this out, and I'll try to come back if I can.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
You know,
think you
I
might
was
be
saying,
right.
I was saying before that I have never seen a Mavic Mini. I've never held one in my hand. I've never had one, or
You
never
would think
been
it's a
around
piece. You would think it's a piece of shit, Mitch, because it feels like
one.
a
Little
toy.
I was
I'm
just
sure it
I was
does.
just
Wow.
marveling at the
But I like
guy's
how-
hand with the Mavic
It's
Mini
tall,
in
it's
his
small.
hand.
It's
I
a
have-
toy. It's very toyish.
It
feelings,
is. It feels like little plastic toy, mate. I held Gizmos, Brett Gizmo drones down in Melbourne, and it was oh my god, it does. It just tick tick tick. Just feels like a little bit of plastic. It does.
It feels cheap.
It does. It does feel cheap. But for
Does it
you
have a
know,
little
But it
key
holds
on
up.
it to
I like it because
wind
it's
it
so
up?
small. I could throw it in the bags of my motorcycle. You can bring it with you. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, but I do that
The
with the
portability.
Mavic 2 Pro.
But it's
Hey,
something
Lauren.
about them. It's less. People see it and they're like, "Oh, it's innocent." And you can fly 30 minutes, pretty far away in an area where I won't say it, but maybe you're not supposed to fly.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that from me.
I got hit up with 2 people tonight while I was trying to fly. Ask him. There was one guy in a wheelchair and then 2 other guys. You just can't get away with flying, man. I'm trying to fight the sun, trying to get these shots before the sun's completely gone. And they start with the questions. How much is that?
Yeah. How fast does it go? How high will it go?
Does
It's
it have
always-
a zoom lens?
How much is that? Is always the first question.
Yeah. I always get hit
Well,
with
that thing is that's a big drone, and it's loud and it attracts attention.
Oh, it's like a friggin' helicopter. It's so
Yeah.
loud. It better not be bricked, Robert Glazer.
Oh,
Our
you
best
should open a
Marshall.
ticket. Go test
know
it
what?
right now next to your neighbor's house. And record and see, and put it through the files again.
Hover it over
If
your
it does it
neighbor's-
again, then you know you got to open a ticket.
Yeah, but
Hold the
Al,
camera down.
how the hell could that happen in a week's
know.
time with the right settings?
And there's got to be a setting in there that you missed. That's all I can
Yeah.
think of.
Or a bug, or a reflash, or something.
Listen to Professor. He knows.
There's no setting I missed.
I know
no
nothing
setting
about that.
I
believe
got
me.
last week and missed this, because I didn't change the settings. I just wonder how the hell. Because on the Sending's remote controller, you have a focus knob. You have a button for each for the aperture, a button for the shutter, a button for the f-stop, and you can dial. You can dial and change all that. Including the shutter, because I was trying to get the shutter down the lowest because of the light. So I don't understand how it came out like this. And I don't care about the date. I'm just befuddled that the SD card and the picture says one date, but yet the Crystal Sky said the actual date. How does that happen?
you must have been flying really late there. If you got to stuff with your shutter speed, that's going to mess your image anyway. But if you're going to if you had to do that to your shutter, that sun must have been almost gone, dude.
Oh my God, it was dropping so fast. I mean, so fast.
You
Yeah,
mightn't be able to use
early.
that footage, mate. You'd have to see what it turns out like in post, because it might be noisy if you try and pull the image back up again.
He's got
It's
the
a micro
earbuds in.
four. He's got a micro four thirds lens, so it might not have that much noise in it, mouse.
Oh, you got to watch him eat too.
Adrian, how you doing?
Yeah, Adrian. Hey, how you doing, Adrian?
2 minute noodles.
I'm just wondering, Jim, with it being at sunset, you were probably getting a hell of reflection off that water, and that was messing with your exposures. That's why I would have probably went in manual mode.
I was in manual.
But
100% sure.
Yeah.
But were you watching your exposure though? Keeping a real close eye on your exposure.
I was turning it down because the light was going down so fast.
Oh, okay.
Got the earbuds working.
On this,
Nice.
Oh, okay, Sean.
Is the audio okay though?
Sounds good.
Well, it's like we're sitting at the table with you and all your family.
you press the button, Ron, and then you turn the dial.
Right.
So you can adjust everything by these buttons: the shutter, the aperture, the f-stop, the EV. All of that's done here.
Yeah.
And you can. This is a focus knob right here. So when you're in manual mode, you just turn this to focus.
Jim, I'm kind of curious. Can you link up the OEM controller and fly with that and see if you set the same settings and if it captures the footage in 10-bit? Could it be a link with or a bad remote? Something wrong with your remote?
Your mic's
Your
gone.
mic's not working.
God, don't tell me that.
There you are. Got you back now.
We got you back. But maybe,
Yeah.
I mean, you start eliminating things. Maybe that could be it.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Art say hello to Sean.
What is up?
Hey, Sean, good to see you.
What's up, Art?
Sorry to hear about your GoPro there.
Oh, no worries, because I have that now.
That looks so good.
Cool.
Look at that, some crab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're on
That was
vacation. If
some-
you guys hadn't figured that out yet, we are.
Yeah. So how do you like Florida?
It is humid, so humid.
It's been muggy. Yeah, it's been muggy, but it's warm.
Yeah, it's definitely warm. It's
Yeah.
I mean, before I left to come here, sorry, I'm adjusting cameras. Before I left to come here, it actually wasn't that cold at home. Now it did get cold while we were gone,
Yeah.
and we got I think about 10 inches of snow. I don't know what it got in Denver. Art could probably fill us in.
We only got about a couple inches.
Okay,
It's just
but it's
really flipping cold.
yeah, record cold temps. Denver was colder, Art, than it was up where we live.
When are you heading
So-
back?
Tomorrow, we postponed our flight from early morning to a little bit later in the afternoon, just so we could explore this area a little bit. But I'll tell you, I can barely walk. I've been walking around so many parks and stuff for the last 3 days. My legs are killing me.
Wow.
How do you like the way they limit those fast passes to 3? Isn't that a pain in the butt?
We couldn't even get the fast pack to work. They had the fast passes not working at all from what we couldn't figure it out. Now they did get us sort of fast pass to the front of that one ride. That was a hell of an experience because that was the main ride we went to Disneyland for. Was that Star Wars ride, the new Rises Resistance, and they had that limited to a virtual queue. And I had us locked in, and then we got an error. I had to back out, and whenever I did that, it was full within literally 3 seconds. So,
Jim, I'm gonna head out to work. I'll see you guys.
All right,
Ron,
good night,
thanks,
Ron.
buddy.
Good to see
Good
you.
to see you, Ron.
Yep.
Take
I
care,
just,
brother.
Guys,
I
take
just
care.
popped a
Have a
message.
good night. Everybody in the chat, have a good night.
See you, Ron. I just popped a message in there too. Jim, I got to nick off too, mate. Get ready for work. Me and Ron are going to work together. Woo!
Yeah. Separately.
Right.
See you later, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to have
See you,
to
man.
bail out of here in a second myself, guys. My food is here. So
Okay.
I'm going to eat this while it's still hot. I don't know if everybody knew about that November 4th date yet. This probably was out there before I said anything, but figured it couldn't hurt to share that whenever I got it confirmed from one of the people there at the store.
Right. What do you think that's going to happen with your lens? Does GoPro have a...
Man,
Because the Hero 8's the same way. You know, if that thing drops over,
Yeah.
you're screwed.
they have, I had to, so when I got my GoPro 9, because, I lost my 8, so I got the 9.
Right.
To get the good deal, you have to sign up for the protection plan. And
Oh, yeah.
I was told that covers all the GoPros I have by somebody. I've never contacted GoPro to try to find out if that's true. If so, I should have a small fee and get a completely new setup.
cool.
That's right, because they charge you the $60 a year for that anyway.
So fingers crossed it works on all the GoPros I have, and if so, I'll be sending it out and it'll be back in action before snowboard season gets into full swing.
That's actually cool if it does cover all the GoPros you have.
Yeah,
That's a,
that's
that's a good
the
deal.
case.
Yeah.
That's great if it does.
Yeah,
I don't want to chew on this with you guys. I'm gonna let you go. I know your viewers don't want to hear me smacking and chewing.
You're making me
does it.
hungry. Oh, Steve, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Steve.
Steve.
Sean, chowing down, I see. Al.
Yeah, caught me right
Steve,
before
how
I
you doing?
got offline here.
Art.
I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have a
All
great
right,
night.
good to see you, Sean.
I'll
Oh,
eat some of this
take care,
crab for
Sean.
See you,
everybody.
Sean. Have a
Take
safe
care.
flight back.
Enjoy.
Take care.
Yep.
Look empty. I wonder
Yeah.
how many people are going there.
Well, they had it closed for a while too,
Yeah.
like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask them if they made them wear masks the whole time.
Yeah.
You said you had
They
to.
are. They are
Yeah.
here.
I wonder if there's any discount prices.
Nope.
No,
Really?
no.
I know Supercuts had a discount on haircuts, $14 a month, unlimited haircuts. In
Wow.
certain of their salons or whatever you want to call it, haircut shops.
How many do you need in a month?
When you get it low and tight like me,
Uh,
about 2-3 times, maybe more.
Yeah, I need one about every 6 months. That'd be a bad deal for me.
I'm about due for one. Boy, I'm getting shaggy.
I want to get a barbershop shave. Never had one.
Really?
Yep.
Scared the shit out of me to have somebody coming at me with a straight razor.
I know. Well, if it's not a woman, I'm okay. Any woman on the planet? No, I don't trust you.
Bob Casey's in here. Hi, Bob.
Well, you can
Yeah,
go
no
where
problem.
Coast to coast.
you can go where Ron goes. They're in bikinis.
Ooh,
Yeah, you get some good-looking women there.
yeah. So, who's seen my video on the pork tenderloin, the Trump pork tenderloin?
That looked pretty good. I've seen your video on that.
Yeah, I saw
I
it.
actually was
I
telling my
watched
wife
your
about that. Looked
It
very
was-
good.
It was
How-
full of deplorable goodness.
I've never seen pork tenderloin come packaged like you had it.
Well,
Well,
I always
that's
get the
because I
whole,
got
you know, you
from
get the
my,
whole round
my
tenderloin.
friend Rick. Yeah. And I've
They
got
slice it
another
like
one.
that, huh?
I guess so. I've
The only problem
another
with that
one
meal,
in the
Art,
freezer.
The only
Hey,
problem with
what?
that meal, is out here in California when it's and Florida, it's a little warm for it. Too warm. Like say it was 82 up here. I don't know what it was in Florida.
It was
Right.
about 86, 87 where I am today.
Yeah.
That looked like a good meal for a cold day.
Robert says it's too weak. Is there any wind? Can that thing fight the wind, that little Mavic Mini? Hey, Chris.
Hello,
Hey,
Steve.
Chris
Jim.
Hope.
Yeah, you'll
Hi,
get a lot of
Chris.
wind pop-ups.
You
Hey,
tell
Chris.
Hello, Chris.
How you guys?
Great, and
Doing
yourself?
okay, thank goodness. All the fires are inland.
Chris, did you get your drone back together? I'm working
Did
on
you
it
put
now.
the flight controller right side up. I've seen your replay, man.
You know what? I went back and looked at Justin's video again, and these are numbered. This flight controller is numbered for the motors, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very obvious if you look. But on
Yeah,
the back side, there's no numbers. So
no numbers. Yeah, and the solder, they have solder pads on both sides, so you can put it in upside down.
what I did,
Now,
I did get the. It's funny what a drill press will do.
yeah. Hey, listen, one other thing. Some of those motors are clockwise and some of them are counterclockwise. They have the threads are different. You know which corner to put which motor.
Well, I hope Bardwell did. I'm not so sure now.
The motors with the motors that came with the silver nuts
Yes,
They go on the front, right, and the left rear.
got it. That's how it is.
All right.
Here's left rear right here, Mitch.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. The motors with the silver nuts. And the reason they do that, Chris, is so that if the prop hits, it actually moves in a direction that'll tighten the nut rather than loosen it and have the prop fly off.
Right. Gotcha.
How about that guy in Oklahoma that had the frozen nuts?
Yeah, the bag of them.
Where's
Well,
my
don't-
button here?
don't.
Hold on. Okay.
Get the cane.
I got to get one of those. I think I got it here. The trombone thing. Where is it? I know I got it here. Here it is. That's the one.
Yeah,
Hey,
we had,
I was going to
we
ask
had-
Mitch and this guy about the battery being underneath the drone. Is there any way you could switch that up?
No,
Light bulb?
most racing drones have the battery hanging below it
Really?
for FPV. Yeah, that's almost all racing. Well, the initial almost all of the 5 inches. It wasn't until later that they started making the frames long enough, and putting the batteries on top. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. You set it on the ground and set it on the battery, and it's
Coming in for
Take
a
off.
landing, though, if you're not.
no, you're going to
good at
land.
landing?
Hopefully, well, you're going to beat up your batteries a little. Now the
That's what I mean.
Tyros have a piece of carbon fiber with 2 footrests on it that actually go underneath the battery. Sandwiches the battery between that carbon fiber bottom piece. A lot, and most of the guys who fly them don't even use that, but I do because it's nice. It protects the battery and it has some landing rubber feet underneath it so that it sets nice and flat when you put it on the ground.
Yeah, he couldn't register it, fly it, activate it, nothing.
No, how could he?
And
But he-
Sean,
but he-
Sean
but he
told
made
us
it-
November 4th was the sales date on it.
If you look at his video, he made it look like he did fly it.
I think half of that video was faked. I mean, he probably had his hand on the real drone, but I think there was a lot of pre-planning in that thing.
The way he walked out of the stall like that makes me think you're right.
Yeah.
Like you
But
said, he
there has
probably
been
has-
others confirmed it, though.
Well,
They've
like
got
I
it at
said,
Best Buy.
there's probably 30 or 40 people out there that have their hands on that thing now that got them from DJI with an NDA.
Hey, Dre.
Hey,
so that
Dre.
they can put their reviews out there the first day that on November 4th when the release date is. You'll find 15 reviews of guys that have already had it. Rick Halber says it was Mitch. What did I do, Rick?
Hello, Dre.
Dre, hello, buddy.
Hi,
Howdy,
Ray.
folks. How's everybody doing? I was really worried about Steve because I know we have 2 brand new fires that started overnight. He's down near his area.
They're inland east of us, so they're in between the 5 and the toll roads, and then the other one's up on the 91 over there in Yorba Linda area. But the one in the Silverado Canyon one, that's huge. Mandatory 50,000 people were out, mandatory evacuation yesterday. And smoke, where my wife works in Newport Beach, Irvine border there, the smoke is just blowing that direction. So even in the mid-rise she's in, everybody was coughing and choking because of the smoke getting into the systems even.
Well, it's good to see that you and your family are doing fine.
Yeah, thank you.
Good.
How's everybody else doing?
Great.
We're doing
I was up
pretty good.
in your
Warming up
neighborhood
a
over the
little bit.
weekend, Al.
Oh, you were?
I was up in Fresno shooting a couple Popeye chickens.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Not bad, not bad. I had to get a land authorization for both of them. They both were in the controlled airspace there, but the other one was pretty close to the airport. The Fresno Yosemite Airport there. I was off of Kings Canyon Road, so I was like I would say less than a mile away from the airport.
That's like
on
a
that
4 or
one.
5 hour drive for you, maybe more, no?
It is. It's a 4.5 hour drive.
Yep.
Wow.
So
That's a haul.
I'll do a little grunt work every now and then just to get my name
You at
out
least
there.
eat some
There you
chicken.
go.
That's what makes it so funny, Mitch. I shot two Popeye restaurants. I was there all day, and I ain't even going and get a sandwich.
That's
At
what you
least
should.
they could have
You
at least
probably just
brought you
wanted
a
to be done
sandwich
and get
out,
out
you
of
know?
there.
That's it, Al. I'm the type of guy. I get focused. I go. I do what I got to do, and I'm ready to get in the car and go home
That's funny.
and stuff.
Like,
I
time
know-
is
I know-
money. That's
Yeah,
what
because I know a
you're
lot of
thinking about.
guys want to sit there and do little vlogging and stuff. I said, dude, I also bought a Femi Palm over the last month, and I have yet to vlog with it because I go out and I shoot, I get back in the car and I go home. You know, I just don't not in the mood to sit there and run my mouth about this, that, and that. I'm about let's go home. Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to bug on out. Let Jim come back in. I need to eat some dinner here. So good to see you all. And
Take care,
I
Mitch.
will
Good to
see
see
you.
you, Mitch.
I will see you guys all on Thursday night, and behave yourselves.
Take care, Mitch.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy
Hey there,
dinner.
Mr. Bob Casey. How you doing, big guy?
Hey, Ray sent me a video of a guy opening up the Mavic 2 Mini.
That's the guy with the long hair? The young
Yeah,
kid?
yeah.
Probably that one.
Did you see that already?
I've seen some of it.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Everybody's talking about the videos are fake and this and that. And I'm like, everybody knew the Mini 2 was coming out. So what's the big deal about who had the first video?
I think it's
Oh my
because
God.
the subscribers are people that are not like the big time, without the big time subscribers. They had no subscribers. You know what I mean? Maybe because it's not called the Mavic Mini and it's called the Mini 2, people are questioning it. I don't know.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering. I said, we all heard it was coming out, and I was not really interested
look
in
at
it.
this. Like this is so beautiful. You know, I've never done an unboxing before. This is really a treat for me, and this is where the fun begins. Basically, you open it and wow, is this part? Okay, let me see. It says, please use the propeller holder to protect the propellers when storing. This is really neat. So this is so that you can protect the propeller. 249 grams. So we all know what that means. It means that you don't have to register it. And with other countries, you don't have to have a pilot's license. And we love that, especially for people like me who probably want to fly this just for funsies, right? And we don't want to go through all the hassle of registering or getting a license, things like that. Okay, so to open this, all we need to do is bring the top arms forward, and then we bring...
This is probably a good time to ask, can I play this guy's video?
Yeah, you're not monetized.
Okay.
Are you monetized?
Well, they played the heck out of the other guys. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Bring these arms down, and this is what you end up with. This is what it looks like. Wow, this is really nice. Another really cool thing about this is that this camera, which has a gimbal on it so that it can stabilize video whenever you're flying, can shoot in 4K. So that's all that's inside of this box. So let's get a closer view on what's all of inside of this bag, and yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, so now that we got a better view of the whole table here, let's take a look at each individual thing. So we have the remote right here, and we can see that at the bottom we have the control sticks. So first thing that we're going to look at is the remote here. If you turn it to look at the bottom, you can see that you have your control sticks right here, and they fit nice and snug so that they don't come loose at all.
Yeah, the
And all you have
Mavic
to do
Air
is you screw 'em
2
on.
is the same
Once you screw them
thing.
on, they're nice and tight. You can just move it around like that. Another thing that I noticed on this remote is that it has 3 settings. We have cinematic, normal, and sports mode. That will be something that we'll take a closer look at whenever we go for a test drive. On the previous Mini, the place that you would put your phone with the remote was at the bottom. But on the Mini 2, you actually put your phone on the top of the remote. And it goes right here in this cavity right here. And you also have your connection right there. And there's actually a little cavity for you to put.
Wasn't that the same as the regular Mavic
It's
Mini?
nice and snug. And it does come
What's
with
that, the
adapter
controller?
cables if
No.
you don't have an iPhone. This currently has the
Well,
lightning
controller's
cable.
completely different.
So this battery is actually fully charged and ready to go. And
The batteries are
charging hub
different,
is
too.
currently charging the battery
Oh.
in the center. This charging hub is actually really cool too because it actually doubles as a power bank. So you can charge your smartphone,
That's the
you
same.
can charge your computer, tablet,
Oh,
etc.
okay,
You
cool.
can use this as a power bank as well. This charging hub is part of the Fly More combo, and because of its shape and the batteries are pretty locked in there, they will not fall out. All you need to do is press on that little tab and the batteries will come out, but once you put it in there, it's nice and tight. So it makes it great for traveling, and it's super convenient. So those are the accessories, and everything fits nice and perfect inside of this amazing accessory shoulder bag.
I wonder the batteries are the same,
Absolutely
and they're just
beautiful.
different
Love
colors.
the case. It has a really nice and
No,
sleek
they're
design.
physically they're
I
different
love
now.
it. It
The
looks
physical.
great. So now let's look at the start
Leave
of the
it to
show,
DJI.
the Mini 2.
Yeah.
So let's look at some specs. First of all, it has this new prop guard. This did not come with the Mini, as mentioned earlier. And it's really great because it prevents any damage being done to the props whenever you're traveling, whenever you put it back into the bag, or if you want to put it in your pocket. And it's just a simple little like button latch here that you can take off really simply, and there you have it. Now let's talk about some of the other specs. So the transmission distance is going to be 10 kilometers. The weight is the same as the last Mini. It's going to be 249 grams, right under the weight wherever you would have to start dealing with some regulations and some certifications. It's super easy to change the battery on the Mini 2. All you got to do is open the back port, and then you can just slide a battery right in there. And I'll show you how to do that since one of the batteries is already charged. So all I'm going to do is just slide this right out of the pack. We're going to line up the leads with the battery, slide it in, hear that click, turn it off, and there you go. It's as simple as that, and you've changed the battery to your Mini 2. Now, the camera here is protected in this little plastic shielding that, all you need to do is take off, and there you have it. And it shoots in 4K. This is new. The original Mavic Mini did not shoot in 4K, so this is a great new upgrade. The frame rate for shooting in 4K is going to be 24, 25, and 30 frames per second. The Mini 2 can also shoot in 2.7K at 24, 25, or 30 frames per second. The Mini 2 will also shoot in 1080p with the options of 24, 25, 30, 48, 50, or 60 frames per second. The ISO range on the Mini 2 goes up to 3200, just like the previous Mini, and the lens information is almost exactly the same. The field of view is 83. We have 35 millimeter format equivalent to 24 millimeter. The shooting range is 1 meter to infinity. I mean, it's almost exactly the same. The sensor, there were a lot of questions about what the sensor would be for the Mini 2, and I'm sorry to say it's the same as the previous Mini. It's 1 2/3 inch sensor. The effective pixels are going to be 12 megapixels. It seems very similar to the original one. There may be a difference or something in the processor since it can record in 4K, but other than that, the differences between this one and the previous Mini are ironically very minimal. So now we're gonna look at size comparisons. First, we're gonna compare it with the Spark. So here we can see that the Mini is noticeably smaller than the Spark whenever the prop arms are folded in. But if we were to get the prop arms and extend them out, we can see that the prop arms actually extend out further than the Spark. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but on the Mini 2, we have a nice slim design, and it actually widens out towards the front. This is probably because whenever the arms come folded back in, it creates more of a symmetrical shape. Whereas the Spark is just slim throughout the whole thing. But like I said before, the prop arms don't fold. Now let's bring in our next size comparison. We're gonna talk about the size comparison with DJI Mavic 2. As you can see, the Mavic 2 is a lot bigger than these, and we're going to talk more specifically about the Mavic 2 and the Mini 2. So let's get rid of the Spark.
I hear you, Chris.
So here we have the
Man,
Mama
what's-
Mavic and the Mini 2.
This is a
As you can
rerun,
see,
yo.
both drones,
It
the
is?
top arms fold
No,
in.
it's the
and
new
you can
Mavic-
see
Mavic
here
Mini,
that
but this
Mini is
comparison's been
almost
done
1,000
1,000 times.
side. And this is what they look like right on top of each other. This video. I'm sorry if I couldn't get every single thing that you wanted to hear. If you do have any questions, be sure to put it in the comments, and I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. Remember, I'm not a drone.
Yeah, he's not.
Now, I have my theory after hearing what you guys are talking about that maybe DJI is just spreading the wealth. Because like I say, we have a lot of guys with these big channels who get, upwards of 60-70% of all the views on everything that comes out. And maybe DJI just wants to spread it out to some other people and get another audience, and go from there. But
I wouldn't doubt that. You know why? Because I was part of one of their beta groups with a bunch of guys that were DJI guys. And I was asking them, why did you guys select me? They wouldn't tell me. And it was for the camera, for the X7, like an Osmo for the X7. Mm-hmm. Nothing came of it. They dropped the group. But I wound up getting two Crystal Sky monitors. And I sold both of them.
They didn't go with they didn't go with the gimbal holder for the X7?
No, they had some guys, man, like I forgot the names. It was on that WeChat, and it was called 360 Storm. And the guy who does the English guy that does all those reviews for DJI. I forgot what his name
Oh,
is.
Ash from Droning
No,
On.
not Ash. He's another guy. I fucking forgot.
Oh,
He does that. He's on the panel with that Sandry guy, Jim.
Oh, Drone and Sundry? Was it
Yeah, he's on the panel.
Louise or RC?
You say the name?
Oh my God, Ian. His name is Ian.
Ian. That's the guy. That's the guy. And they had all these other guys that were like cinematographers, like actually professional cinematographers. And I was the one guy in it that like, why did you guys put me in this? But I could see it happening. That's why I mentioned it.
Hey Jim, I gotta take off.
Another Mini 2?
For having me here.
Buddy,
It's the Mini 3.
Thanks, Art.
That's about the mini me.
That's Ken just sent me this.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey Jim, did you see the picture I sent you?" And I was looking through my Gmail and I saw my business mail. So I got it now. Gotta share it.
Good night, Jim.
Good night, Art.
See you, Art.
And
Well, man.
Dre and Chris and Steve.
Take
Good
care,
night,
Art.
everybody. Have a good evening.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Bye. He had that fan going. I didn't want to say anything, but
Now, my biggest question is, where does this fit actually in the lineup of DJI has on board now? Because it's not really a tremendous step up from the current Mini, and it's not close to the Air 2 because it has no sensors on it or as obstacle avoidance. And that's why I understand why the kid was trying to compare it to the Mavic 2. I said the Air 2 would be the next thing it'd be close to, or at least brought the original Air, which I don't think even matches up completely with the original Air. So I'm thinking, where does this actually fit on the shelf at? Besides, did he even announce the price?
I think.
Yeah,
Dre, I think they're trying to get they're trying to hit it for Christmas time, and it's trying to get it just under the Air. The Air, the Air 2 is selling, but get it in, the prosumer market, and they can get it in the hands. It obviously is a much better. It's going to be a much better drone having the OcuSync 2 alone, let alone 4K.
And a bank for a buck too. No, I mean I would think it is.
What's the price point?
If the rating for the Night Train, Mike said it was $600 for the Flymore combo.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
Yeah,
because
That's
it's
an amazing price.
Because it's a $900 for the Flymore Air 2, I think it was.
Okay. That's why I'm just trying to figure out where it fits in at. But it comes in around 600 with the Flymore combo. The original Maverick comes in, $499 with a combo, or is it $499 just with it by itself?
I think it's $499 by itself. The original Mavic Mini, I think it's $399 by itself with a single battery.
Okay, what is it with the Flymore combo for that?
Flymore was $499.
$499. Okay, so you got $200 jump. Yeah, $200 jump pretty much we're looking at, and then actually from this new Maverick Mini 2, you're talking about a $300 jump for equivalent gear for the Air 2. So I guess
the Air 2 is $988.
Yeah,
the Flymore combo.
So, is this thing going to be in any way comparable to the Air 2 in its abilities? No. Okay.
No,
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Is it there to kill off the original Mini?
I hear you. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because it's not up to snuff with the Air 2 because it lacks the obstacle avoidance sensors. And like I say, the parameters of the camera are not all that great. If you're looking for a boost in that area, I mean, 30 frames per second at 4K, that's almost every bird on the market.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nothing that's going to make me get my panties in a wad.
And there's no sensor innovations.
A better win rating than the original, though.
Yeah.
And that
And it's the
OxySync.
same, and it's the same remote as the Air 2.
Yeah, that's what the guys were saying.
Oh, okay.
Something
And it
about the
satisfies
batteries.
the masses.
The batteries are different.
Yeah, the batteries are different. Someone said they're lipo or ion batteries, not lipo.
Mike,
I think Mike Kenny
Mike
said
said they changed from ion to lipo.
Yeah, or there you go, vice versa.
Yeah. I don't know.
What kind of longer, shorter life? I don't understand why they would change that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of an odd move. I mean, for me,
Cheaper, probably, maybe?
I'll never
Longer
want to
flight
jump on the
time.
early bandwagon.
Longer
Maybe.
flight time with the lipo versus the ion.
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring. Maybe DJI wants to keep you buying batteries.
Yeah. And it's not the same battery, so now you got to buy other ones.
Of course.
You know all about that too well, Jim.
Oh man. The way they are able to keep the repeat business without actually selling anything, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Well, they just got an update. 100,000 people have been evacuated. There's 15,000 plus acres as of 12 o'clock noon on the one closer towards where Dre's at in the town of Yorba Linda. So, and then in Silverado, and 0% contained.
Yeah.
And the one down closer to us is 12,600 as of just before 3 o'clock, and they've only got 5% contained. And we have the Santa Ana winds blowing, so that's what's causing all the mess.
Oh yeah. And I was just thinking today how beautiful it was out where I'm at. I mean, the landscape, the sky is just completely clear. The last night, the Santa Ana's came and hit hard last night. I got 2 fence repair jobs I got to take care of this weekend. I got a back part of my fence that blew out, and part of my front side fences on the east side of the house are completely shot now. So I've been out shopping fence guys all day while I've been out doing my inspections. But I got my hands full for a couple weekends to get that stuff back right.
Oh yeah, easy.
What's the fence made out of?
Oh, my original ones, it's wood. They lived their life. I mean, I've lived in this house 25 years, and I'm just now repairing some of this fence. So they have lasted a good long time. We're looking at getting the vinyl, the PVC vinyl.
Right.
Getting that, yeah. So, I mean, and they're not real cheap either, but it's just a little bit cheaper than block wall.
Yeah. No, the only if I had to have a complaint about that, the vinyl is if it tends to, like, depending on where you are. I don't even know if this is a problem there. Sprinkler water gives it discolors it, and then the other thing is, I don't understand. In Florida, you get mold with as much sun as we have. You get mold on that plastic vinyl siding.
It's probably the humidity that does it to dry out there.
Moisture. Yeah, you guys got that moisture in the air. I mean, you guys got a lot of sun, but it's a lot of humidity, moisture, and it just gets in those cracks and the crevices, and the mold just jumps on it. You know, as I always say, we have that dry heat.
Yeah,
dry.
When it's 120 degrees, it's still freaking heat.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's dry.
Yeah, what's the dry heat?
It's different, Jim.
Yeah, we get in the shade. We actually get a break. We get in the shade. Just don't stop sweat.
Exactly.
When I lived in Arizona, they didn't have air conditioners. They had coolers that actually put mist into the air.
Swamp coolers. Called
swamp coolers. Yeah.
Yep. And they only work in dry heat areas. You put
no humidity.
And it's like it's a waste of time.
There you go. Here's some photos that came in. This right here is a toll road that runs between the I-5 freeway and going inland. The 241, it's shut down completely.
Now,
this guy's in your area
stay on that photo for a
smoky?
second. This is what I was talking about in Florida in 1998. Picture I-95. These flames were actually going across the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping an interstate like that. I had never, ever seen that before. I still never seen it again.
Oh, you come here to California, you see it all the time.
It's becoming unfortunate.
You guys need to start that clear cut burning. You know.
You
like
know,
we
no,
do.
it's just called forestry management, period.
Yep.
They're
That's
just looking
all
off
it
the
is.
other side.
Then a lot of homes are also moving up towards the foothills and stuff in areas where you normally
yeah.
wouldn't populate.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's man-made cause on every level. Like I said, we don't get lightning strikes in Southern California. I mean, that's like us getting, like you hitting the lottery here in California, a lightning strike. So most of our fires like this are set on purpose or neglect, or set through negligence and stuff. And I think I already heard the one down in Irvine by Steve was started by a dumpster fire or something.
Oh man,
Gee.
And so like I say, it's just ridiculous.
Well, the one in Fresno was started by a baby party that they shot fireworks to display what sex it was, and it started a fire in Fresno.
Yeah, we had the same thing out here by my
I
house.
shouldn't be laughing.
Yeah, the same thing happened by my house with the fire last month. It was a gender reveal party, pyrotechnics, and next you know, it sparked up all the brush. Fire burnt for 2.5 weeks.
Robert, calling our governor and telling him about anything. I can have a better conversation with this wall here behind me. Yeah, our wonderful governor who shut everything down, but yet kept his winery open all the way to the end of August. Well, he shut down every other winery all through Napa and Sonoma. Do as I say, not as I do, as the old saying goes.
They actually shut wineries down?
Yeah.
Everything's been shut down.
Napa, knowing the fires up there.
Napa completely, and that had nothing. Yeah, I'm not talking the pandemic. The fires last year. I mean, it devoured up wineries left and right, and a few this year.
You know, I wonder if there'll be a count at some time, 2021 or whatever, the amount of people that are actually not working in 2020 is astounding. All these restaurants that closed, people were laid off for so long, they went and tried to find other jobs, and you know.
Well, not only that, the restaurants have gone bankrupt. They've actually shut doors, period.
And it's not just here in America. This is a global issue. You hear stories across the globe about people losing their family businesses been in business for 50, 100 years, and they just cannot survive any longer. So it's a tragedy on every level, and it's not just here in America. It's across the globe.
You can power wash, but you got to use that. I've got a bottle of it here. It's made to kill the mildew. It's a solution that actually kills the mildew.
It's called bleach.
It's different. They call it different in Florida.
Actually, it's not
bleach.
Bleach.
No.
That's what I'm thinking, Chris. Just put some bleach and water together and spray it on there.
1 cup of bleach, 3 cups of hot water.
We use that Kilz, K-I-L-Z paint.
Yeah.
We do too.
So it doesn't get the mold, and it still gets mold.
Yeah.
There's some stuff called Jomax, Jomax. You mix it with bleach, and you spray the mildew, and it disappears.
Jomax.
In fact, they make an additive for paint, like for your bathrooms and stuff. You can add it in there, and it reduces the chance of growth of paint. Growth of paint, and it mixes in with the blend, and retards mold from growing in your bathrooms.
Well, this isn't in the bathroom. This is actually on the side of people's houses.
Oh no, I know
and
that.
their fence. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, Brent said hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah, I was.
I like that, Gary.
I got lucky. That got me another COA through the FAA today for the Los District Air Base in Victorville. It used to be the old George Air Force Base. Now it's a overhaul air base now for down aircraft or junk aircraft goes to there to get overhauled and stuff.
Now,
isn't that where a King City Community College is at? Kings River or something like that?
No. This is Victorville area. Actually, it's called where I had to go fly at was called a Royal Grand, which is part of the old Route 66 goes through.
Yeah.
And once they put the 15 freeway in, that little town has died. But the air base sits, I will say, maybe my area sits right at the end of the flight path off the runway. It's a zero grid area, and I had to go back and forth with the FAA all day today to get approval for that for the next 2 years.
Now, what I'm
How long
saying
it took
is,
you to get that COA?
the last time we talked, you said that even when you had a COA, you still had to use the app.
No. Well, I have it. Where my COA is at, I just call the tower and let them know I'm flying, and they ask me how long I'll be there, and I call them back when I'm done.
Now,
That's it.
why is that different? Because I have my COAs and the towers don't want you to call.
Well, like I said, it may vary from tower to tower. Because the thing is here is that a lot of places where I fly, where I have mine, are active bases. That, like I say, the one out there where the Amazon facility was at, where I did my last little construction tip. I got the sheriff helicopter that takes out of that thing every 10, 15 minutes. And they take off, and they're not hovering down the runway. They just take off and spin around and head wherever the call's at, because they're covering officers on the ground. So I have to be watchful of those guys more than anything else, because they're just taking off and going. And that's why I tell people helicopters are more of a threat to drones than regular fixed-wing aircraft ever will be. Because helicopters come off, when they're just now taking off, they take off and go at an angle 200 feet up. They're gone. And they might rise up to 500-600 feet, quarter mile down the road. When they first leave that helipad, they're only about maybe 200, 300 feet. Same airspace that we're flying in.
How many helicopters you got around you?
Well, like I said, I have the sheriff's department, which covers everything in this valley, in the city of San Bernardino, Redlands, Colton.
Ours don't constantly fly. They gotta be called out. Are yours constantly flying?
Ours is constantly flying on regular patrols and on call outs. They're always active. Always. And stuff. And like right now with the fires, that's why I didn't fly that much at the airport, because all the tankers are based out of that San Bernardino airport. So I wouldn't fly, because they were coming at ridiculously low altitudes, because they were trying to hurry back in and get refueled and everything else and go back out. And I said, I was just about to think about flying again at the Amazon facility. But now with these fires down in Steve's area, the tanker is going to be coming out of my airport, flying over to his area to drop and come back and fuel. So there's going to be a lot of clutter airspace. I got to worry.
I'm sure it's going to be no fly zones too, because I remember there was a TFR as soon as those fires started off. 2 miles behind the mountain.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing is,
like, for a bit.
What Dre is saying, like for the choppers, they can't pull out of like Lake Irvine or anything there, because there's no water in the reservoir over there. It's all damp.
Oh boy, here we go.
Putting his shirt on.
Is he eating?
Yeah, he's coming in. He is coming in.
About that guy.
Oh, no.
Did you just get back from Best Buy? You just got back from Best
little buddy.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Let's see the Mini 2.
He's got it. He bought 3 of them.
2 of them.
Not the hat. We want to see the Mini 2.
I ain't buying no fucking Mini 2. I'm not buying that shit.
What?
He's got it.
That's the first time I ever say about he's not buying a drone. Other than that, you already had it, and it's sitting. He's waiting to do unboxing.
Yeah,
I'm not buying that shit.
Do you have the Mini?
I got the first one. Yeah.
Oh, you did get the Mini. Now you didn't get an Air 2 though, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
What?
The Mavic Air 2 you bought?
I do have that one, jackass. What are you? Yes, I have it.
Adrian, what I have for you to buy is a nice Phantom 4 Pro version 1. You don't have the Phantom. I think you need one for your collection.
I don't have none of those. I do want to get one of those though.
Oh, I have one for sale, buddy. If you're interested,
I actually
let
want
me know.
the
Hit me up.
I want the
selling yours out?
I'm getting rid of it. I'm not flying it. Today I went to go fly it and I didn't have the SD card. I was so mad.
I want the V2. Do you have the V2 for sale?
No.
No, I don't have it. If I had the V2, I would keep it. I wouldn't even sell it.
I got a pair of V1s, the Obsidians. I got 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
Those things are like golden. Those are like gold nuggets on the market. They haven't lost any value.
You know what? These are the legacy firmware. It's almost on the original firmware. So you can play with the parameters and switch up and make it all the geofencing and stuff.
So what did I miss? What are we talking
Take it
about?
out.
We
You
were just
buying,
we were just
Phantom
jibber
Football.
jabbing until you showed up, buddy. We weren't talking nothing serious. We were all waiting for you to show us the unboxing.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Is that the ugly boy called Chris Hope? Oh my god!
Oh, here we
Oh
go.
my
Ugly
Lanta!
boy.
Oh my Lanta!
Boy.
That big ass forehead.
There you go. Give him that. Give him that
Oh my
eye.
Lanta!
Give him that stink eye, Chris.
You're
That
just
big,
jealous.
that
That's
big
all
ass
it is.
forehead.
Pure jealousy.
That big ass forehead.
I got you forehead. I got two of them actually.
Hey! I don't want to know about the other one.
Quit talking about it then.
B-ball laddie got more head than he got body. You still my boy. I love you.
Yeah. Okay. Talk that old whoop-de-doo.
I love you, Chris Hope.
Talk that old whoop-de-doo there, young man.
So, Adrian, if you get the Mavic Air Mini +5 number 2, what are you going to do with
it? You
it?
just say.
He's
What
gonna
kind of drone is that?
go and unbox it. That's what he's gonna do, Jim.
He just got the Autel, right? He just got that Autel, and then he had the Mavic 2 Zoom before that. And then, so what are you doing with all these smaller ones when you're not even flying the bigger ones?
I already told you, all my drones, I keep him. I'm not selling nothing. I'm not
Jim,
giving
he's
them
not
away.
he's not a flyer. He's a collector.
He's a collector.
He likes the drones. He likes what they look like, and he likes doing unboxings. That's his thing.
Hey, Jim, out here in California, we have the famous Peterson Automotive Museum.
Yeah.
Adrian's getting ready to open the famous Adrian Drone Museum.
You know, hold on. You know what, Mr. Dre Crawford? I used to like you at first. Now you've been around Jim too fucking long.
We all good.
You've been around Jim too goddamn long now.
We're all good.
Jim, I'm gonna fly.
I can't argue.
Jim, I'm gonna fly out to meet you. We're gonna wait till Adrian's at work. We're gonna go into his home. We're gonna take all those drones, and then we'll split them up.
Take his
and then
trailer.
we'll each go back.
And we'll take his trailer. We'll put him on his trailer and take his trailer.
Yeah,
Remember he got that stolen?
Gary called him the Jay Leno of drones.
Really, it is true. And the thing is here is that you can go in and you guys can pull a brand out of a hat and still get about 2 or 3 drones. I want all the DJIs. I want all the Autels. I want all the Xenos.
Ah, damn.
You ever see Jay Leno's got a hell of a collection, man.
Oh yeah.
You bet he does. 4 warehouses.
Yeah. I saw that. I don't know what show it was on.
He has his show, his TV show, his car show.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. I think it streams on one of off-known sites that he has a car show every week or something. Just like Seinfeld has a big collection too. That's why he does that Cars with Comedian thing.
Yeah.
So he has a big collection.
But I'll tell you what, Jay Leno is one of the nicest guys that you can ever go across. That he will actually talk with you and everything. He's ridden a couple of his Harleys up over what they call the Ortega Highway here, which goes over to Lake Elsinore, heading inland. And up there's a big lookout up there that all the bikers run because all the bikers love to travel on that highway. And he was up there, and we had stopped in there to get something to drink, and he was there just BSing with everybody out there, having a good time, eating a burger and sitting down and talking with everybody. That he was just with another guy, and yet he's talking with everybody else that's out there.
But see, Steve, think about it. We already made him too fucking rich. That's the least he could do is fucking talk to us. We already made him rich.
That's
Don't you agree?
Have you ever seen the David Letterman show? It's on Netflix, I think. He talks with people for a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just had Dave Chappelle on there, and
oh yeah,
he is not doing it again.
What?
Are you ironing your clothes?
I'm ironing my kids' clothes for tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, you're super dad. You sure you're just saying it's your kids' clothes? It's your clothes.
Look
Robert,
here, dude.
What's he on, Robert? Is he on like Netflix or something? That show?
Who?
Jay Leno.
I
think he's on YouTube.
I think it's on either Netflix or Amazon Prime, one or the other.
I know I've seen it. I just don't remember where the hell I saw it. Because he was showing one time one of those experimental motorcycles. It was like the rocket bike or something like that.
Let me see the pleats on those pants. Let me see how you do it.
Oh, Gary says that they have it on YouTube too.
Tech Tuesday, how to pleat your pants.
Adrian, do you do the underwear too? Do you do the Hanes shorts?
He wants to know if you're
he's
starting.
ironing shorts. You are my brother.
Can we please go back to talking about drones?
That's my brother be doing that shit.
He wants
Chris,
oh my God.
Nitrate wants to know if you're starching your boxers.
I'm working on the drone right now, Adrian.
Yeah, whatever.
Nice. So you did have it upside down there.
I did,
Chris. That sucks.
Sure did. But actually, Al, I had it right the first time. I thought I put it on backwards, so I took it off. Unsoldered everything. Went to my drill press. Drilled all the holes out and soldered it all back. And then we got on Mitch's show the other night. He said, "You got your flight control."
I seen it. That's I seen the replay. I was watching it.
Oh man.
Oh, that sucks.
It did. But it gave me a chance to do the heat shrink around the wires coming off the ESCs, so I cleaned it up a little bit.
Boy, did he? Now is that a 5-inch now, Chris?
It's a 6.
6-inch.
6S batteries you're gonna run on or 4S?
I'm gonna run 4s in it.
He went head full in now.
That's awesome. That's how that's how you're gonna learn. I've been soldering some old boards I have just to learn.
Practice.
Just to practice. I realize that flux helps out a lot.
Yeah,
I'm using that flux.
I practiced more than I wanted to, Al.
Yeah.
The other night when I was on Mitch's show, I thought I was done.
Keep the tip clean, baby.
He's ironing t-shirts and short. Incredible.
Oh, he's a man.
I throw, if they got a wrinkle, I throw them back in the dryer. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I don't even worry about that shit. Like I could be wrinkly as hell, I wouldn't even care.
No, my baby's gonna look good every morning, every day.
Good for you.
You know, when we're gone, nobody's gonna remember the cars that we grew up with that actually had power. The GTOs, the Plymouth Furies, all the cars we used to have fun with.
Oh yeah, my Dodge Charger.
My first car was a '78 Monte Carlo.
Ooh. Don't you wish you still had it?
The Cadillacs used to have 496 engines in them, for Christ's sakes.
Kind of there, Steve. It was a piece of shit. The engine blew out. It was probably because I was being young and dumb.
Oh.
Oh, we all beat the hell out of them, yeah. I remember as a kid changing out a transmission in the friggin' snow. But that's
in Florida?
No, grew up in New York, man.
Really, Steve? Really?
I know.
Really,
I
Steve?
had to say that. I had to say that. What? I mean, give me a break. And it does snow in Florida.
No, the hell it don't.
It hasn't in the 30 years I've been here.
I got pictures from my cousin that shipped it to me. She grew up in Minnesota, and she was jumping for joy.
Where does she live? North Florida? Georgia?
She lived in northern Florida. Still lives there.
Adrian, can you hear me?
Yes.
Did you ever try those Yagi antenna range things along with the regular parabolics?
No, not yet.
What have you been doing, dude?
He's ironing clothes.
You're on every drone show during the week.
Yeah.
You work in ironing clothes, and you don't go out and test the message you try to create.
Well, see, the thing is that you could actually ask Jim. Florida weather fucking sucks. Because it's been storming the whole goddamn day. I haven't really got a good day for me to fly.
I was out there tonight flying.
Yeah, good job. Over here it's fucking storming. Stormy right now.
Yeah, but I had a problem with the software, the same one that Mel was talking about 2 weeks ago. Everything I took tonight came out with a date of October 1st on it. And I shot it in 10-bit, and it came out in 8-bit, 709. The Fury was nice. It had a 318 engine. You could sit on the wheel well and change the spark plugs. There was so much room in that car, in that engine bay.
What about you guys ever drove a Ford LTD, the trunk? You could put 10 dead bodies back there.
No, that's my old 67 Chevy Impala, my first car in high school.
Nice.
Low rider style.
My father loved those Impalas. We had the Impala station wagon. The white Impala station wagon.
Very cool.
Yeah. 1978. I had my Krager rims on it. 8-track was playing. Ohio Players, Roller Coaster.
Hell no.
Brown, Chicky Brown cow.
You damn right, Chris Hope. That was some baby making music right there.
Yeah.
Dre, we after we unpacked the last of the boxes after we had our fire and stuff packed up here in the house, I had found and I'm putting it up for sale. I put it up for sale. A guy put it up and he took it instantly. Pioneer 8-track player, recorder. Player recorder,
Wow.
Pioneer
That's rare.
in the old walnut case, and I have 10 blank 8-track tapes.
Wow.
I put mine all out in boxes at the garbage. So, they weren't in the garbage can. I put them out in boxes. Boy, the garbage men thought it was a field day because I had tons of 8-tracks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I remember the day my last 8-track died. I was playing some Rolls Royce, cruising through one of the neighborhoods, and I was like, pull the tape out. There's a big old long stretcher. Pull it out. And lucky enough, my older brother at the time was working for Pacific Stereo. Steve might remember them. Pacific Stereo. And he got me not just a cassette player. I had an auto reverse cassette player.
Oh
my
God.
I was big dealing back then.
You were dealing, baby.
I didn't hear.
You were king of the hill.
Yeah, auto reverse cassette deck back in 1979. You had to have a top of the line car or something to have something like that.
Okay, who remembers this? You're playing a song, and all of a sudden it stops to change tracks.
Oh yeah,
in the middle of the damn song.
Yeah. You hear that little.
The middle of the friggin' song. They couldn't even get that right.
Yeah, we used to go down to the Orange County swap meet at the fairgrounds down there, Dre. And man, that's where we bought all of our Pioneer decks down there.
Yeah. And we used to have an old swap meet here in Colton, California. And you go there and buy the old extra amps and equalizers and stuff and hook them up in your car and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was one of those guys back then.
Michael, hello. Yes, CB radios, we had them back then too.
So
Michael. And that's in fact that's where Rodney Bell and I most likely met each other back in the this would have been late 70s. When he was in the service, he would come down through here at a CB radio. And there was a big group of us here. We had a CB club, and we used to meet every Sunday at a Carol's restaurant. And he started talking about a guy that we were talking about different people. And he goes, yeah, there was this lady down there. Her name was Tiny. And before he even put out the name, I go, Tiny Bubbles. And he goes, how the hell do you know her? And then we started talking. Him and his girlfriend stopped into one of our breakfast meetings down there. So we may have met each other when he was back in the Navy and never even
Wow.
knew about it.
What was his name that sang that song?
What?
Don Holt, Tiny
Don
Bubbles.
Howe. Don Howe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don Holt.
Tiny bubbles.
I can't remember his name. Him and the who was Mr. Vegas?
That was Donkashane guy. What was his name?
Come
Wayne
on, let
Newton.
it out.
Wayne Newton.
Yeah.
Wayne Newton.
Shane.
Donkashane.
Holy Donkashane.
Yeah.
Ferris
So-
Bueller's Day Off, what I remember.
Oh
What's
yeah.
up?
That's why I laughed when I watched the Dodger games because they got that one pitcher named Bueller. I said, I know he had to catch heck growing up, dude, because of that movie. And I see it on TV. I say Bueller. Yeah.
That's for sure. Well,
That
guys,
is-
Hey, Robert. Robert Glazer, hello.
I got to run. So take care. Thanks for having me in, Jim. Al, good to see you.
No problem.
You know, I'm probably
Ray,
going to jump out
Chris?
too
All
because
right,
look what's been sitting here for a while. My
Adrian.
dinner.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
man.
Yeah,
For
we're
the
gonna
whole
shut.
time, hour 55 minutes. I had etiquette. I need this son of a bitch. Just been sitting here.
Well, you
But
should
I
have been
gotta
like
go eat
Sean
it.
Ox. You should have been like Sean Ox. Just start eating.
I can't do that. I can't. I just can't do it.
So, gentlemen, have a good night. Everybody in chat, take care. Good to see everybody.
See you
Take
later,
care.
Steve.
Take care.
See you later,
down there.
Steve.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Steve.
Jim, I'm gonna get out of here. I see the rest of you guys.
Eat your dinner, buddy. We're gonna close down.
Yeah,
in a
I gotta
minute
eat
here.
it. You guys all take care. Good talking to you guys. Dre, Jim,
Yeah.
thank you. Chris, thank you.
Bet.
And make sure you put some good pleats in there, Adrian. Pleat it
I'm
up.
trying.
At least
I gotta-
short one in the shot.
I got to
Yeah.
figure out what's going on with that, Al.
Yeah, I would test it out again and then open up a ticket if you have to.
I'll be shooting again tomorrow. Damn.
All right, guys. Later.
Good night. Good
See you,
night.
buddy.
All right.
So, Dre, what I was talking about when we started this, I had just come home. I had filmed a bunch of D Log shots, H265 D Log,
Uh-huh.
and they all came out with today's date and with the incorrect file format. They all came out. They all came out as 8-bit BT709.
Now, how the hell did that happen?
I don't know.
Straight off the SD card.
Yeah, straight off
Wow.
the SD card. Now check out the dates. Let me. How do I?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Let me put the view. Where's the view thing? Oh, I hate this shit. View details. Look at the dates.
Yeah.
October 1st.
And this is the bird that was repaired and sent back to you, right?
Yeah, but the Crystal Sky has today's date and time on it.
Does he
And
have
I
Wi-Fi
turned-
connection?
I turned the bird on before I left the house to make sure, there was no firmware. You know how that happens.
Right.
Make sure there was no firmware updates. And, there was none. So I
Right.
don't know what the hell.
No, I'm just asking that when you were out at your location, were you using a hotspot for the Crystal Sky to connect?
No.
All that kind of stuff to keep it up to date. Because that's what I'm thinking could have been your issue is that if you're flying basically offline, it could revert back to another date. And that's why, they're always pushing about having a hotspot, use your phone as a hotspot or something like that for you to consistently have any updated information, even down to dates.
I have never had this problem before. I've never seen it before.
Yeah,
But
that's weird though.
more than that, let me show you this right quick. I mean, we did show this earlier, but more than that, Air Data has it all correct.
Wow.
And Air Data gets its information from the DJI drone.
Well, yeah. Well, basically, it gets it off the Crystal Sky because you have to tell the Crystal Sky to go into the software to upload it to
transmit it. Yeah.
to transmit it. So that's real crazy. If Air Data has the correct information, but their files themselves are incorrectly dated. That's bizarre.
There's nothing. You know, I took a quick look before. Nothing in red here to. I don't get this. I always get this. Intelligent flight modes have not been enabled. I don't ever enable them ever. I don't know why it keeps telling you this.
Right. Well, it's a tip. I guess it's just a little tip. It's not nothing like a warning. It's just a tip.
Yeah. So,
now
you
I'll
know,
go back to the COAs we were talking about earlier. How I actually talked to a FAA person today out of the state of Washington, and she is telling me that basically the FAA are making minor changes in Lance and how they're issuing out COAs without putting out any white papers or anything else.
Okay.
They're just doing it all in house. Because she was telling me, because I wanted a wide area COA. I always go for a wide area one.
mine a white area. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was telling me how the airport I went to just got Lance enabled, because last month they didn't have Lance, and they just got it enabled. And she was telling me how if you go to an airport and it has the green shading on the visualized FAA map, if it has a green shading around that airport, that means it has Lance enabled, active at that time. And she was telling me that the FAA are no longer allowing anyone, unless you have a direct authorization from the FAA, to fly in zero grid boxes. You will not be able to fly. Lance will not give you authorization to fly in a zero grid box.
Even with our COAs?
Oh, our COAs you can, but they said that Lance will no longer give permission, authorization through Lance to fly in a zero grid box.
Oh, I hear you. Now I wonder. I have never sent my COAs to DJI.
I do it all the time. That way, I'm able to make sure all my drones are unlocked. I won't get that no-fly zone mess on my drone. Once I do, I go through the whole unlocking thing, the custom unlocking. Send them a copy of my authorization. So, and I put the flight controller of every one of my drones that I fly in there. Click it. So when I go to field, I go through license unlocking, and all my COAs and whatever authorization I have are all right there for all my drones.
How are you sending them to them?
Through the computer, my PC. Go through the PC, go through the unlocking, and they walk through the whole thing. Put your
Just
name.
scan them. You scan your COAs.
Yeah, I scan my COAs, and it asks you what supporting documents do you have, and they're looking for something of a official letterhead or copies of your COA, and I send that to them. And then one of the last things you got to do is put all the lists of all the drones that you're going to be using, and you put their flight control numbers in there. And the last thing you actually do is create a little pinpoint area where you're going to be flying, and they give you the diameter area, how much diameter range you're going to be using, and the altitude you're going to be using, and so forth, and go from there. You send it to them, and boom. The next time you open your controller and you go to your unlocking area on that controller, that will be there under the name that you give it. So mine says, San Bernardino Airport, Riverside Air Base. This one will have the Southern California Logistic Base on there. It'll be right there to unlock, no matter if I'm flying my Spark or flying one of my Phantom 4s. They're all covered.
I don't know why, but I haven't had any problems with flying in my airspace. Even though I have the COA, I've had ECOAs before, for doing certain jobs, but I can go into Class D airspace without a problem.
Now, if you're Class D and you're in a 400, 200 grid, you usually won't have a problem. But you start getting down those zero grids, you're gonna get a no-fly zone on your controller.
You know what was funny as hell? One time I had an ECOA. I was doing a bridge, a causeway, they call them here in Florida, and there was a recreational airport, a real small one called the Merritt Island, whatever. It's not even towered, I don't think. And yet the DJI app during my ECOA was warning me about that little recreational airport.
Oh, yeah.
Saying not to go into that airspace. I'm on the edge of it, whatever.
Right. I get that a lot of times where, I got my COAs, and basically if I'm in the flight pattern, If I have the incoming or outgoing flight path, glide path, we want to call it. If I'm there, I'll still get the red warning on the screen saying you're about to enter into flight path area. Be careful, all that kind of stuff. I'll get on my screen, even though I activated my unlocking and everything else. If you're in that glide path,
It
takeoff or landing,
still tells you.
it still tells you and stuff.
Hey,
Uh,
Jim.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Adrian.
Hey, Jim. That message that you had up, I think it was by Gary about the lens, a remote ID. Can you bring it back up? Let me read
Yeah.
it.
Gary.
I think it was the one that said it. It was him or somebody else. Something have to do with remote ID and lands.
I know
Is
Mike is
it,
talking about.
is the last message that the last
Well,
one that
Night
you put
Train's
up?
talking about FAA did a live stream on some of the new details.
That right there.
Yeah, right.
I gotta now. I'm gonna ask you, Dre, because it seemed like you keep up with that 24/7. What exactly is the FAA doing about remote ID and land? What are they talking about? Can you give me a little bit of
Wait. Those
info?
are two different things. So what do you want to know about?
I want to know both. Like what? Because according to what Mike is saying, is that they had a live stream about that have to do with the remote pilot ID and regulations regarding lands. So
Remote
just
ID hasn't come into effect yet. They're still
Yeah,
forming that.
right. Well, this is what I've been catching bits and pieces of, Agent. Over the last 2 years, the FAA has been slowly adjusting the rules and regs on drone flight operations, but they have not come out and put out hardcore yes and no's. Just like up to about, I would say, mid time last year, you could fly above 400 feet according to the FAA regs. Okay, now if you go out, you cannot get a bird to go over 400 feet unless it's not geofit like an oddtail may still go there. I don't know. I don't own an oddtail. You can try it out since you own everything. Uh, but I know DJI will tell you, hey, you're approaching maximum flight altitude.
mm-hmm.
Now, according to the FAA rules and regs, now if you're out flying over a building, a tower, or something like that, you used to be able to say, I can go 400 feet above that tower or that
Mm-hmm.
building.
Yeah.
Not nowadays, you cannot do that. The software will not let you do that any longer because the FAA has changed the regs without putting out official documentation.
Oh,
They have
really?
gone to the manufacturer and says, make sure you disable this in your systems that we want them to no one to fly above 400 feet, period. Regardless if you are inspecting towers and everything else, that you got to find another way to do it. And the only way you can actually get around it is take off from a higher AGL. That's the only way you can get around it. And that's why I tell people you got to be careful where you take off from because if you're in a valley, and I think it's the video that one of the guys did the other night of the waterfall, veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah, the veteran. Now, if you notice, he went up so high, and I thought he was the one flying. The couple you saw on the rocks, I thought that was him. But he showed the bird coming back down where he was at, way down below. And I'm thinking that if he really wanted to get a really nice shot, he would have to have climbed up to a certain height and launch from there to get above a regular 400-foot ceiling from the road where he was at.
Okay.
And that's the only trick you can do is put a little effort on yourself to go hump in the hills or whatever else. And okay, Mike, I hear it was not correct. I went 500 feet the other day. Okay, Mike, what drone were you flying?
And I believe he did 800 feet with that. So again, is this a hard implementation you heard about?
Yeah, well, like I say, what I've seen
System wide?
It's just I know the DJI drones. You get wherever you take off from, you got 400 feet. That's all you're going to get. Now you can hump up to another higher location and you still get 400 feet. Now I'm sitting here. Mike King said that he went 500 feet. I can't get any of my drones not since I got rid of my Phantom 2 to exceed 400 feet. The software won't let it. Even with my COAs, it tells me 394 feet, you're at maximum altitude. So if someone's flying above 400 feet with a DJI bird, Phantom 3 Pro, maybe above, I like to know how you're doing it because I have not seen people ever do that over the last 18 months. Because the FAA has slowly disabled that. And they put out a little notice a while back that they could, like I talked to the lady today from the FAA. She said the FAA is slowly trying to lock down airspace for us. A little bit of time.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I could tell you, Andre, is actually I try to do that, but I actually did it because I was gonna go because I was under the impression that I can actually go above 400 feet if I'm on a building that's over 400 feet. I actually tried it, and it told me that I could do it. However, I need to accept responsibility as the pilot, in command. Before I even went ahead and did it, I have to accept it. If I don't accept it, it will take it back under 400 feet. But if I accepted it, I could bring it up even higher.
So what he's saying is it used to be 444, 400 feet high, and as long as you're within 400 feet of the building, you can go 400 feet above the building.
Exactly.
Right.
But because of the new UTM or the remote ID, whichever part they're going to make it, the unmanned traffic management, so all these other companies, UPS, Amazon, and all that can fly at 400 feet. Walmart, they can all fly at 400 feet. They may put a hard ceiling on us of 400 period.
Like I said, I was seeing Mike say he did it with his Maverick Air 2.
With a Maverick Air 2, yeah.
Yeah, now I know if I try to, because I used to have one of my drones, my Phantom 3 Pros, and I used to have it set at about 500 feet. It automatically adjusted that this year back to just below 400. I tried to manually go into the settings to push it back to 500, and it says it won't let me save it.
Now, I wonder if it doesn't let you do it because, number one, you are part 107, Dre, and number two, maybe because according to what you said, like you send your information to DJI to keep the drone unlocked or stuff like that. I wonder it's probably not available to you, but because I'm not a part 107 yet, and I don't do what you do, maybe I'm allowed to do it, or maybe you're not. I don't know. I'm just speculating here.
And you could be 100% right. I just know when I try to give myself a little extra room, especially when I'm flying from a low altitude position to a higher, because I live close to the mountains. So I would like to have 500, 600 feet. So when I get up in the mountain area and I'm down below on a valley spot, that I can still get up the side of a mountain. I don't have to worry about crashing into a side of one or whatever. I can no longer do that. Because I had a drone where I flew about 594 about over a year and a half ago. No problem.
Okay.
I can't do it anymore. That same drone, I cannot get it to do that any longer.
When I was first testing Drone Harmony, my drone went up 1,000 feet before I could get a hold of it and get it back.
Yeah.
Back control of the damn thing. It was a beta for Drone Harmony. I never liked that app, so I stayed the hell away from it.
I was using the standard DJI Go app for the Phantom 3 Pro. When I had it above that, now I can't do it any longer. The DJI Go 4, which I fly my Phantom 4s and 4 Pros and Maverick Pro and Maverick 2 Pro, they will not let me set it above 400 foot level.
See,
we're not saving the app.
See, Jim, I kind of agree with what Bob Casey just said.
Yes. There's enough sky for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not just that, the other one that he said that we should keep our 400 above ground and then let the big money do whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? Just don't put any more regulations on me, goddammit. I think we already have enough.
Unmanned traffic management may be just for them, and remote ID will be for us so they know where we are. And if Amazon drone is coming by, we may get a warning, or we may be, we might get a hard stop. Like if we were going to interfere with their path.
All right.
You might get a hard stop. That's all. We don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we
I
don't-
remember that. I remember that actually happened to me, Jim. I was in Daytona, and you know how they have the little hangers flying with the banners in the back, like on the beach.
Yes.
They told me that I'm only allowed to go no more than I think it's like 142 feet up. That's it. And then I made a mistake and I fucked on and I went like 180. My fucking drone got stopped up there. It won't move up, down, left, or right. It took about 5 minutes. Finally, I was able to bring it down.
Wow.
I thought I lost it.
Wow.
That was my DJI Mavic Air 1. I thought I fucking lost it. I was scared of shit.
You know, you got a point there, though. Those aircraft that fly the beaches, that's not just here. It's everywhere. They did it in New York, too. I wonder what height they're, because normal, that they're Cessnas pulling those banners.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be at 500 feet, but they're not.
Correct. But see, the thing is, the way, like from the ground, Jim, it literally look like he probably about 100, maybe 150 feet. Like, it doesn't even look like he's that far up. However, again, what scared the fuck out of me is that before I even took off, I had to get permission to fly, number one. And number two, it was already preset to only 142.
Right.
But then again, I went up like not paying attention. And then I'm trying to go forward, left, right, nothing. It won't even come down. I finally, after the plane got far from me, then it let me bring it down. Like it just stopped right there. I don't even know how the fuck the FAA even did that. But I know they have the geofence or something. I don't know.
That is a form of remote ID right there.
Yeah.
It scared the hell out of me.
Now, I was mentioning somebody the other day on another show that I was out doing a mapping mission using Drone Deploy, and I saw the Drone Deploy now allows you to apply for LANTs through their software now.
Yeah.
But also you can, and when you apply for LANTs, they're using the Airbus UTM program to show you the map of all the different areas. It's pretty detailed. It shows you all the recent TFRs and restricted airspaces, everything down from prisons and other facilities and stuff. So I was quite impressed with it, but it's just letting people know that this remote ID is no joke. And every piece of software that you're going to have is going to start being required to have it.
For a couple of years now, I've had two apps, Altitude Angel and the Kitty Hawk app, just to keep abreast of what's going on. Because those two apps, they'll show you, I'm not going to say it's as detailed as skyvector.com, but, you know, they'll show you the airspace. It's like an airspace map.
Right. Now, Mike Kinney says on his Go4 app and Fly app, it says max height 1640.
Yeah, mine said the same thing too.
Yours said the same thing?
I've never even tried going, you know what I mean, above that. I've only I've only tried to set it, but I never went up. I always kept it below 400. You know what I mean? Just so I don't have to put up with any bullshit. But I've tried going up, and I think I went up to like 4.3. Then I came down. I said no, I'm not gonna do that. And I just stayed under the 400. But it did let me go. It did let me do it. It's already, that feature's unlocked for me. I don't know why it's not unlocked for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, last time I flew above 400 when I had a Phantom 2 Pro, and I flew that thing close to, I think it was around 600-700 feet. And I was like, yeah, I was scared it wasn't gonna come down, dude. That thing was so far up, and I was worried about the battery going out or something. Yeah, and it was gonna come crashing down. I couldn't wait to bring that thing back down to the ground.
Now, I got a question for you, Jim, Andre. Since you guys are Part 107, I've seen several videos where people are actually close to like high-rise buildings and stuff like that, and I've seen how under the app, I think the Air Map app, one or the other, where they were able to buy like $1 million insurance for like $25 just to be, in case something happens, they will be covered. Is that a fake video or is that really true?
No, there's Verifly. You can, it's an app where you can buy insurance.
I think that this is Verifly. Yes, that right there. for like $25, they bought like $1 million worth of insurance just in case something happened. They'll be covered. So that is true.
Well, like I said, there's different types of insurance out there. Okay, the insurance they're offering is just like liability insurance for a vehicle. It's to protect you damaging someone else. It doesn't protect your drone.
I understand.
Okay, that's why I make sure. Cause like so a lot of time when I do missions through some service like Drone Up, they have insurance to protect their pilots when they fly, but they'll tell you they are not carrying whole insurance to cover your drone.
So that's kind of like if you have the minimum PIP insurance on your car, that it will cover somebody else, but not yours.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got
that's,
you. Okay.
that's exactly it. That is exactly it.
There was, I don't know if they're still doing it. And what Dre is talking about is HULL, hull insurance.
Right.
That means the drone itself. State Farm was writing those policies. I don't know if they still are.
Some people say they are, but only for recreational use. If you are using for commercial use, I heard people say they will not touch it.
Somebody said they had actually made 3 claims.
If I'm not mistaken, then this Lovelady had a claim where he actually got his bird, a brand new bird. Something was. Am I right? Am I right, Chris? Up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two times.
Two. Right.
And then they dropped him. That's okay. That's what I'm talking about then, Dennis.
Right.
Oh, they did drop him?
That's what he said, yeah.
Oh, man.
Drop him like it's hot.
Well, I don't think.
You are a sick bastard. I don't know what's going on with you being around Jim too long. You're losing it.
There's such a good safety record with these things. They don't even know how to price these policies.
No, it's like I say, it's priced out of fear and greed.
Right.
Two main factors. Like I say, all of us who fly know that when our drones crash into something, 90% of the time, our drones suffer the max amount of damage.
Right.
What it hits, if we hit a building, I mean, how many times you hear a drone go through a window? Very
Never.
rarely.
I haven't heard of it. Yeah.
Drone versus tree, we never win that match.
No.
Drone versus anything else, we don't. Drone versus ground, we don't win that match either. So, that's why it gets me when I hear about all these private pilots crashing their planes off right as soon as they took off from the runway, coming in too short to an airport and stuff. And I don't see the FAA getting all excited and want to change the regulations on them.
No,
but just the public perception of drones, that fear. They say, "Oh no, we can't have drones because they can kill somebody, they can hurt somebody," and 90% of the time, it's our stuff that gets damaged.
Well, right now,
beyond repair.
Not theirs. Yeah.
Right now, Dre, actually in Ocala, which is about 30 minutes from here, one of the sheriff, I forgot his name, but he was just flying his little Cessna one, propeller engine plane by himself. He crashed it. Now they're only saying that there's an investigation, but you never hear nothing about setting all the rules for them. You only hear rules about us flying the goddamn drones. Every fucking time you hear an accident, you don't hear no changes or nothing.
No,
there's only going to be a little investigation. That's it.
It don't make the news. It's not.
Well, even when it did, like I said, how many times you guys heard about a guy had to land his plane on the highway?
Yeah, many times. It happened in Gainesville.
Like I say, and you're not endangering the public. Landing a bird on a plane on a highway, just like the guy misses the runway or just takes off and got to bring it down. We got Hollywood stars out here where I'm at. Harrison Ford is almost like he had 2 crashes in 1 year. Wow. He still got his private license and everything.
Yeah,
but like I say, they don't want to let us fly anywhere. That's what kills me is like they want to create new rules without even having any incidents.
No,
that's where the fear comes in. That's where they can say, well, because we're scared of this, we're going to make sure you have to get a high policy.
Right.
Yeah, but
sure.
To answer Bob Casey, honestly, I have the Mavic Air 2 and I do turn on that ADS-B bullshit. And a lot of times they don't even fucking come up on my goddamn drone.
Now, wait a minute. It's not ADSB is actually outlawed by remote ID. It's written in there that ADSB is outlawed. All you're getting is a warning that another plane that has ADSB is in the area.
I understand, but what I'm saying is that even over here on my property here, or close, there's
Right.
a little airport in Williston that's probably about a good 10, 15 miles from here. And sometimes when they fly, the plane look mighty fucking low. You know what I mean? But if I'm only going up and down, I don't even get the warning saying there's a plane close. You know
Because
what I mean?
he probably doesn't have the receiver, the transmitter that he's supposed to have.
But I'm saying, isn't it required by according
Yes.
to the law for them to have it? So why don't they have it?
Yes.
Why are they fucking with us? That's what I'm saying. That's the point that I was trying to make, and I'm glad you said that. They're so quick to say shit about us flying a little fucking drone up in the air, but these people are required to have that. They don't even fucking have it. That means they're flying illegally. Am I right or am I tripping?
Yes. As of January 1st, 2020, they were all supposed to have the transmitter. They were all supposed to have it. Now, that still doesn't, as far as I know, refer to helicopters. You still have a helicopter problem.
Yep.
No.
And that's always it mean. Helicopters are more of an issue than fixed wing. The helicopters come out of nowhere. They're flying right around in the same airspace as we are.
Yeah.
400 feet.
Now, Joy, this is a question for you. If I'm not now, when it comes to you, I'm assuming that your Part 107 is how you make you bring the bacon home.
Right.
Okay. So this new rules that this goddamn FAA is doing, this gotta have a little impact. You know what I mean? To where it's affecting you some way, somehow, if it does, come into effect. So
Well, that's what I was addressing in my last clip last week about how I feel the FAA needs to make some exceptions for Part 107 pilots to be able to get wide area COAs and so forth. Because, like I said, I make 8 to 10 stops a day at construction sites that I can fly all my sites if I choose to. High winds today, not flying. High winds yesterday, wasn't going to fly. But I have the option of flying if I need to at any given site. And it might be a full-blown construction site. I go out there and fly little mediums in the middle of the road where they're doing new plants and everything else to give the engineers a different perspective of the job being done.
Yeah.
So like I'm saying that if I had to sit there on my phone or whatever and worry about getting Lance approval at every location I go to, I would spend more time of my day trying to get that done.
You
than I
won't be
would
able to do
doing my
nothing.
job. Yeah, I won't be able to do nothing.
It will eat up a whole bunch of time.
Yeah, eat up all my time. So that's what I'm saying, that in the future they have to look at these things, that people who have Part 107s like myself, I got mine when I got into drones. Becoming a Part 107 pilot was always in the plan. It wasn't. I was flying it for fun. I started from day one training to become Part 107 because I knew as an inspector, this is where my field of profession is going. I've seen all the little previews and other companies who've been doing it for the last 6-7 years, and this is where the construction industry is going. This is where the engineering industry is going, to having drone capabilities, because it gives you a whole different perspective of all these job sites that you go to. You don't always got to be, houses or commercial buildings. It could be everything from doing work in mediums. Like I said, I got 7 streets we're repaving this month. I flew those 7 streets about 2 weeks ago, and the conditions they're in. And when they finish doing all the concrete work and the sidewalks and curb and gutter, and they resurface those streets, I'm gonna fly them again to see the end result for the engineers. So I was saying it gives you a lot of things you can do with a drone in constructions, in public work type settings, I should say. I say construction, everybody thinks you're building something, but in public works itself, it'd be street maintenance, repair, building, and anything else. You can use a drone in it. And like I said, the more detailed information you need, a drone can provide it. As far as even doing mapping, surveying, stockpile observations, all that different stuff comes into play and stuff. So that's why I say when I got into drones, I've been looking at drones for several years. Okay, I figure by now the technology has caught up with my skill set. So if y'all have missed that joke, see, the technology, Chris got it. So now I felt this is the time for me to get into it, and it wasn't so much of a high learning curve. And that's why I take my hat off to these FPV guys, because that's a whole different animal in trying to fly. The drones we have, pretty much, you can tell it to take off by itself, and they'll hover at about 10, 12 feet.
Yeah.
You can tell it to say, fly this direction, waypoint. Tell it to go that direction until you tell it to stop. It's almost like, hands-off type flying. And like I said, we can set orbits. We can do this and that, all that kind of stuff with different software, and pretty much allow us to do.
Now remember, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Now, why would you set? Let me just think out loud.
Okay.
Why would you set an orbit on a drone that shuts off its side sensors when it flies? The DJI Mavic 2 Pro.
Yeah, and the zoom, the zoom do the same fucking thing too. The zoom.
Yeah, they all do that, and that's a downside on the manufacturer.
Yeah,
myself, because they advertise that as a big feature. Oh, you have this ABS, whatever it is they call it, where the drone supposed to fly over obstacles and adjust its course. And stuff.
APAS.
APAS, and then they fail to tell you that the APAS only works in tripod mode.
Tripod mode.
There you go. Thank you. Tripod mode. And I'm thinking, okay, I might need to fly a little faster than tripod mode, because I'm trying to map 6 acres, and do an orbit around 6 or 10 acres, and I only want to do it in one battery.
Yeah.
I mean, tripod mode, you're not flying no more than about maybe 7 or 8 miles per hour.
Something like that.
Yeah. So I'm like, that doesn't work, and stuff. So it's crazy that, like I say anything else, they advertise it as being a big feature, but then fail to tell you. And then when people go out and crash it, they say, well, how come the side sensors didn't pick up this or that? And then you find out, oh, you got to be in tripod mode to for those to activate. Now I know put the
Mike
APAS
says
on.
you're supposed to be in line of sight anyway. Mike, we all know that, but 8 out of 10 are not within line of sight. Watch how many people do these range tests and all that other shit. You're not seeing the thing when it's that far away and all that.
My thing is, it's not even about line of sight. How many times do you see videos of guys doing real estate video or whatever shots, and they crash into the tree in the front yard?
Yeah.
Right above their heads.
Yeah.
Because the side sensor didn't pick up the tree that's right above his head that you think it would. Voila. It's not about being in line of sight and everything like that. It's basically about if the sensors are going to work. You want all the sensors to work all the time, not just a certain mode.
Now, and also, if I'm not mistaken, even if you're doing like what you do, Dre, you're supposed to have line of sight on your drone regardless. See, a lot of people get focused on looking at the FPV on the phone or on the iPad.
Right.
You're supposed to also physically, with your eyes, know exactly where it is at all times, right?
Right. Hold on a sec. Go ahead, Jim.
California, Mike, where you're at in Virginia is the most.
No. He's in North Carolina, I believe, Jim. Not
North
Virginia.
Carolina. Virginia and North Carolina are one of the most up-to-date states. You have to have a separate license in North Carolina to even fly and all that.
You got to pass their state license to be able to fly. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I heard beeping. Did you make progress?
I heard the same thing too. I was going to ask him.
Answer is yes.
Good.
I'll have it all together tomorrow night. I'm done. I'm going to the house. It's cold out here.
Yeah, we're going to cut her down, man. It's 2.5 hours already.
Enjoyed it, Colors.
Hey, Chris Hope, love you, buddy.
Love you too, Adrian.
Mr. Dre, love you, buddy. You take it easy.
Good night, Dre.
Jim. Sorry that I came in too late, but I was busy with the kids, brother.
That's cool. That's
all right.
Cool.
And everybody in the chat, I'll see you later, man. Good night, fellas.
Good night, everybody.